All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if I sound okay, hit that number 1. Whoa, we're right in the middle of a potentially good. Again, if you can hear me and if I sound okay audio-wise, hit that number 1. Hello? Is this thing working? Travis, Hoover, Jim. Okay, I guess it is. You guys are just ran done, just living. All right. Very good, very good. It looks like we are working as we should. Well, welcome everybody. Good morning to Wednesday, October 22nd in the year 2025. Hopefully everybody is off to a good start. It's been a wild just kind of session, and the session started yesterday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And I say that because gold's been all over the place. Just some crazy drops and some good movement this morning. So hopefully everybody's out there hanging in there. And, maybe we'll get some sort of situation and trade right here. Yeah, where is Judd? Agreed. Hey, Bill. Frank. Anthony, good morning. Again, if you have been here before, friendly reminder, hit that like button. If you've never been here before, it is great to have you. Welcome. No need to hit the like button. I understand you have no idea if you're going to enjoy it. But yeah, if you've been here before, here's your first reminder to hit that like button. All right, let's see what we can cook up here. That's right. Beautiful people everywhere we look, Bill. Bill, I was hoping I'd see you last night on the training. Come on, brother. You got to just pull the trigger. I thought, all right, let's see if Bill shows up. There's no Bill, and then I got sad. Hey, good morning, Ed. All right, let's see what happens here. Maybe try a little bit of maybe. Right now, this is knife catching. No need to lie about it. I'm going to try to be smart about it, but if this comes down here and starts to bounce back up, might try to. Grab something again. Step 1, though, I want to see it come back down on this white line and then start to bounce if I'm really interested in going long at this point in time. So trying to be somewhat disciplined here. Now, if it bounces, then that's the question of, is it just going to continue on with the trend? I hope I state the obvious one right now. The trend is seemingly down. Sadeh, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, but hello. I don't recognize the name. You look new. So welcome. Good to have you. All right, well, there is a bounce. Unfortunately, it never came down and gave me what I was looking for, so for a little bit of that extra confirmation. But now we're starting to move into the question of, okay, is this a dead cat bounce? Are we now looking for a short position, thinking that the trend will eventually roll back over and just continue with itself? How's everybody's days going so far? Red, green, great, terrible, blew up an account, passed an account, qualified for a payout, best day ever, worst day ever, no trades. That is red, Danish is green. Oh, sorry to hear that. Worst ever. Sorry to hear that. Anthony is green. Wow, Hoover. Good day. Morning, everyone. I'm green and done. Good job, Maggie. Congrats. Going for 2,000. Well, what's significant about 2,000? All right. What's gold at right now? What's gold doing? Gold is also with the move down. No comment. Got a new horse up to. Oh. That seems good, unless I'm not reading between the lines properly there. I've been your subscriber for many years, and I watch every day, but with no comment. Oh, well, thanks for finally speaking up. My new racehorse Broke a leg. Okay, well, I'm glad it's just a broken leg. It could be worse. Unless by broken leg you mean it like died from the broken leg. But right now, I take that as there's still hope. You can at least try to rehab it. Oh, it was one of those broken legs. Bummer. Man. Hey, show me the money. Double bottom gold. Oh, right there. Thinking double bottom. Oh, right down here maybe. Gotcha. Right there thinking double bottom. Almost like a quadruple bottom. Bottom 1, 2, 3. Is this number 4 on gold there? Maybe. Clay, when a horse breaks a leg, they usually put it down. Yes. But at the point of broken leg, it's still alive. So they do have the choice to maybe rehab it. Okay. Maybe a trade here. Want to see it hit that green line, and if it does, I'll try a short right here. In step 1, though, it's got to go up and hit that green line, which is a 21 EMA. Now, hindsight will prove if that's a stupid requirement or not. If this thing just drops straight down, then yes, hindsight will prove this is a dumb requirement. But, we don't have hindsight yet. Well, thank you, Travis. Appreciate it, but still disappointing nonetheless. I'd rather have you grow that racehorse, have that racehorse start to pay you, and then buy more accounts with code Clay. That's going to be the more sustainable. Looking for a short at the 21 EMA. Yup. Okay, I'm short. Seeing if this thing wants to roll back over. I sort of broke my rule. I did not wait for it to first hit here and then try to come back in. But, so, I don't know. Maybe that comes to bite me or not. But, how did I not? There we go. Thank you. Okay, I got my first one filled. Second one filled. Let's make sure this is now a winning trade. So I'll put my stop in green territory. And let's try to play the momentum as it goes. Assuming it goes. And doesn't just snap right back up and take me out. Come on, give me some follow through here. Yeah. Okay, well, winning trade. I had myself positioned with that final contract, had that kept bleeding to bank even more than what I did. But it is what it is. Hey, hit that like button. For those of you that are just showing up, let's keep this let's keep it moving in the upwards direction. Might try another short. Again, if it comes up here, hits that green line, then starts to come back down. So it might be worth another attempted short here. We'll see. On that one, at least I did get my first 2 profit targets. I just did not get any follow through for that third one, which is where the true money can come from. But like I said, let's see it hit that green line first. And then, again, hit the green line, and then I'll throw my order out there to get short. And if it comes back down, try to capture it on the way back down. Good morning. Went break even after a bit of a loss, so I'm happy for the day. Keeping my... Yeah, good job. Way to get back. Oh, did I just miss? It did hit it. Okay. I can right here. Okay, there we go. I'm short. Come on. Yeah, I could be having the scalp right now, but I want to see if this thing does ultimately want to get rejected off of that. There we go. Okay, my stop is in green territory. See if we can get this next target down there. If not, it'll still be a winning trade, as my stop is now in green territory. But like I said, I want to see it get with the move here. Come on. If it's once again going to snap back up, well then, all right, well, I'm trying. I mean, I'm getting green trades. I'm just not quite getting the movements that I want, but I will say this is an interesting trend line right here right now. Potential flush point right there. And back up we go again. Wow. All right, well, like I said, I tried twice to get the continuation in my favor. I did not get it, but still 2 winning trades there. Oh, guitar guy, don't be one of those guys. Don't become a beggar. That's not a good look. There's nothing worse than when people go from live stream to live stream. Hey, do you do giveaways? Or you should do giveaways. Not a good look, man. Don't all of a sudden pull out your cup and, you know, accounts for the poor. Accounts for the poor. Well, so there was a leading indicator. This those failures to roll over, that was kind of leading indicator that apparently there was some buying pressure. But I mean, if anything, that goes to show you don't have to be perfect. I was wrong on those trades. I thought they'd want to roll over, not necessarily go down and retest lows, but roll over certainly more than what they did. But think about it. I was wrong twice, but I still did make money on both trades because in the way I managed the trade, I was still able to mitigate my risk, and then all of a sudden make it where it was risk free. And then both times I was still wrong because I mean they never did roll over. So if anything, just take solace that you don't have to be a perfect trader. You can be wrong, generally speaking, but still make some money. Now, obviously, I would have made a lot more money if I was right and if this thing did give me some follow through to the downside, but I wasn't. Still made money, though. Just passed my test account this morning. Good job, Ramos. Well done. Well done. That's great. Am I trading 2-minute candles? I'm trading multiple time frames. Here, though, yes, this is the 2-minute, but I am watching other time frames off screen. But yes, the one we are monitoring here, Brendan, is the 2-minute. Good morning, Renee. Man, what is going on with crowd size today? Usually we'd be up over 100 concurrents. We're not even really close. I don't know. It's either me or just the crowd size around the futures market's down a little bit today. All right, well, the bounce continues. Looking over here at the 5-minute. Maybe a short up around this area here at 190. We have the 21 EMA. We have that dotted brown line, which is a pivot point. So I'll keep my eye on those levels. I seem to be able to handle the test counts a lot better. Than my pro. Yeah, it's just one hurdle at a time. You kind of got to get, that first hurdle is always just passing your test. And then you got to start to kind of learn to mentally deal with the pro account. But yeah, it's totally a mental thing. I was trading pocket options and I wasn't profitable, but I was getting to the point I was making more good trades. Yeah, from the category of day trading options is no good. Day trading futures is way better, and it's very easy to demonstrate that with some basic math. But yeah, day trading options, literally, you are making your life harder than it needs to be because of that little bugger known as theta. And yeah, in futures there is no theta, so that in and of itself right there makes a big difference. Check out BYND real quick. This one's gonna slaughter some people. I mean, no pun intended. Well, I guess you're not technically a meat company, but hey, good Juggalo, good morning. Hey, good morning, Janice. Yeah, BYND is gonna destroy some people. And I don't mean like, oh, okay, so they roast their prop account. No, I mean like roast like their account, which is filled with their own money. That kind of roasting. I haven't figured out how to use Tradovate yet. When I get out of a trade, it automatically get me in a... I'm not sure if I sent you this video or not, but this should be able to help you out. I have no idea how that's even possible, but I don't know. Give this video a view. All right, we are at that level here. So now I'm going to consider maybe, I don't know. I'm going to try a short right there. Start small, and I'm willing to add to it. Okay, I'm in there. Opening allotment. If this just continues to just go straight up, I will be in trouble. All right, okay. Small little scalp there. I started small because I wanted flexibility, but that is the one flip side. If you start small because you want flexibility and then you're correct right from the get-go, yeah, you're not going to make a whole lot. I was down about 200 from 25K, and now I'm down like 18 from 20. So you mean you were red? You mean you were red on the day 200, and now you're red on the day 18? Am I understanding that right? Okay. Just in the future, I mean, you could say that a lot more easily, but just by saying I was down 200 and now I'm down 18. There's no need to type 200 from 25K or 18 from, I don't even know what from 25K means. So just to save you some time in the future, trader jargon, we would all understand what you were talking about, probably even more clear if you just said, at one point I was down 200, now I'm down 18. Or from down 200 to now down 18. I mean, we'd all understand what that, well, I don't know about all of us, but the vast majority would totally understand what you mean. The way you said it was more confusing. No need to put down from 25K. Hey, good morning, Slow Morrow. Ooh, look at this 5 minute. Looking pretty tasty. Let's see how this candle ultimately closes. Still waking up. So you're trading when you're not woken up. I don't know if that's good. Seems like you should first wake up and then start trading. Hey, good morning, Joey. Just my opinion, though. I guess I don't have any sort of statistics on that, but my wild guess would be if you are still drowsy and not yet, and you are quote unquote still waking up, probably should not be trading. But again, that is strictly my opinion, backed by nothing. I thought Juggalo was trading BYND and it was down 18. Okay, yeah, I can see how that you would have gotten confused from that statement. But yes, thankfully that was not the case. Gotta have well, go get your coffee. All right, sounds good, Brendan. So we do have, whoops. Let's change that real quick. There we go. So we do have this little bull pennant. There's no doubt about that. The question is, yeah, but is this a genuine bull pennant? Because this is occurring in a pretty seemingly heavy downtrend. So that's where things can get a little sketchy. So yes, to be fair, that is a bull pennant. But within the context in which the bull pennant is forming makes me a little leery. Doesn't mean that the bull pennant can't work out. I'm just saying, for me, it doesn't seem like, you know, as beautiful of a bull pennant as what it could be. So, I mean, I don't have any interest in buying any sort of breakout to the upside of that bull pennant. It is one, but for those reasons, can't say I have a whole lot of confidence in it. If anything, probably looking for the bull pennant to fail and then look to get short from that angle of things. Unless you're shorting. Okay, yes, John. I know that's a comment from way above. Yes. Again, let's all remember we're talking in just generalities here. We're not talking off in the outliers of things. Yes, the vast majority of beginners, the vast majority of people are in no way, shape, or form anywhere close to being able to understand the world of shorting options and doing iron condors and butterfly spreads, and especially, and this is, I'm not kidding, I'm not trying to go all weird, but like selling options naked, which is that is terminology. First Main, good morning. Are you going to get thrown in timeout again, First Main? Or are you going to behave like a normal person? Hey, the Nated. Good morning. Thank you. Good. Glad to hear it, Juggalo. Glad to hear it. All right, the bull pennant is trying to hold strong, and it is holding strong. Will it continue to hold strong, though? That is the question. Again, I'm not trusting the bull pennant for the reasons already given, but that doesn't mean the bull pennant still can't work out. So if I traded at 6 p.m. Central, can you just talk to me in Eastern? Eastern is way more, that's just how my brain functions in the market. I have lived almost my entire life in the Eastern time zone. The New York Stock Exchange is in the Eastern time zone. So just keep everybody on the same page. If you don't mind talking in Eastern, that is better. Thanks, John. How's your day going? So I tried with NQ this morning, and I caught that massive gap down on both. Nice. Good job, Nated. Very good job. So again, I hope nobody here is like, whoa, man, this bull pennant, it just fell to the downside. Where'd that come from? I hope nobody is saying that, okay? Should have been better. Well, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Hey, good morning, Crisp. Clay, don't tell people to behave. That means you won't be yelling at anyone. No, I'd prefer not to have to yell. Even though I would argue, I don't know if I've ever yelled. I guess that depends on the definition of yelling. If yelling is raise voice in any way, shape, or form, then okay, I guess I've yelled. I say that's more of getting passionate. Sorry, finger hits. I finished hit send before. If I traded 7 p.m. Eastern Tuesday, would that count towards, again, do not look at things in the world of futures. Don't look at things as days. You have to look at things as sessions. So the current session we're in started yesterday at 6 p.m. Eastern. The current session ends at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then the next session starts this evening at 6 p.m. Eastern and then goes to the next day at 5 p.m. Eastern. So I've learned that if you try to talk in days, it gets way too confusing. Just talk in sessions. So yes, if you traded at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're still in the same session because this session does not end until this evening at 5 p.m. Eastern. What's my astrology sign? I'm not into astrology, sorry. My astrology sign is sexy. Is that one of them? That's what it is. Gotten late on the 150K, hit my 50 right in time in the 5. Good job, hit the 25K and then. Good job, Nated. Well done. Well done. Say thank you after I put the kids to bed. Went in last night to work on my strategy and passed my 2 to becomes and took a payout. Passed my 2 TB2 accounts and took a payout from the. Good job, Pat. Very good job. Hey, good morning, Ace. All right, let's see if we can get some sort of bouncer maybe off of the 21 EMA. Again, we are still in an overall downtrend. So, I mean, you got to keep that in mind. So I don't want to act like I'm buying a pullback here in some all strong uptrend. Hey, good morning, Pete. I'm not sure how you got a payout, though, Pat. Because if you just passed last night, then you haven't gotten your pro account yet because we're still in that same session. So maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. Thanks, Pete, for hitting that like. Appreciate it. All right, well, I guess we can extend this line out. It was looking like it maybe not be relevant. We'll bring that one back out, see if it becomes relevant again. Looks like it might. Now, if this candle drops all the way down here into, I'm by no means shorting on this candle. Granted, this candle is going to be done moving in about 20 seconds. Hello, Mefuz. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. May? Can I just call you May? Hey, hit that like button if you're enjoying. Let's try to get this up to 50 likes. That's always a good milestone. So if you have not yet hit that like button, please do so. Naz. I can call you Naz? Okay, I'll call you Naz. What's gold doing here? What's gold doing here? Oh, gold. Okay, gold. Yee. Well, some people are thinking that was a dead cat bounce there. Whoa, all right, let's go back to MNQ. There we go. Right at, again, I can't take it on this one. That seems like too much of a chase. Because it seems like there's a credible bounce threat right here. And bounces, if you're short, not good. But, like I said, I could certainly be wrong. Maybe there's nothing to be worried about. Hey, good morning, Toad. So can we trade overnight with TP test account? You can trade whenever the market's open. Yeah, you just have to be out of your positions by 5 p.m. Eastern. And then the new session starts at 6 p.m. And at that point, you can trade. Your money is scared today. That's like your favorite concept in trading, I've learned. P. Doan. He loves, or she, I'm not sure. It loves to talk about scared money. That is its hobby horse. Are you a guy or a girl? That way I don't have to refer to you as it. I might need to buy some gold. You mean like trading wise or like investing wise you need to buy some gold? So that is exactly why not interested in going short on that candle right there. Very credible bounce threat there. Yeah, I guess I'm playing with fire. I don't know. I think that face is kind of coming and going now, thankfully. We'll see. I mean, it's true. Scared money does not make money. That is true. And everybody's got their hobby horses that they love to talk about. And for P. Doan, yeah, they are all about the topic of scared money. All right, gold finally rolling over a little bit here. Give me a 5 if you trade gold. Trade gold or at least care about watching and seeing gold. Give me a 5. What gold traders here are there? Because I always wonder, should I even bother flipping and looking at gold, or like do most people just not care at all? Kiefer John. Okay. A decent chunk. Hey, good morning, Mitmont. Just started yesterday, went well. Yeah. 5 bought at 1971. Seemed appropriate. 5 bought at 19. You bought what at 1971? Fuzzy, I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Fuzzy. Dumb money. Hit my profit of 1,500 on the pro account. Good job, AA. Good job. Well done. Gold. Bought 5 at 19. You bought 5. What do you mean? 5 of what? I mean, you definitely didn't buy 5 contracts because we're up over 4,000. So I don't know what 1971 is in regard to. getting a new candle here. That's going to start. There we go. I bought at 1971. Okay, that right. You bought 5 what? 5 ounces? 5 pounds? 5 bars? 5 volts full? 5 of what you bought? No, I get that now. He bought in 1971. Fine. I'm trying to figure out what is the 5. It could be 5 ounces, 5 pounds. He bought 10 ounces. Gotcha. Well, goodbye. Not goodbye like good B-U-Y. Not good B-Y-E. Good old English language. Good grief. Who came up with this thing? So well done. There we go. I won't say goodbye. I'll say well done. Or good purchase. There we go. Good purchase. I have not, Guitar, but I do have a code for him. So right there. Do have a code for Lucid. Anybody that uses them or wants to try them or whatever. Right there. Code Clay. Code Clay if you want to support the live stream. Get the current best deals and feed some hungry kids. There we go. On the 5-minute here, we are right at the pivot point. So a little scary to short that. Trendline break when not that far below was the pivot point. So that's what I'm kind of just observing right now. How much would I get off if I use your code on whatever the current deal is? Code Clay gets you whatever the best promos are at any of these prop firms. Whatever the current deal is, that's what Code Clay gives you. Yeah, I cannot keep track of what every single prop firm deal is and all that. I only keep track really of Take Profit Trader because that is my prop firm of choice. So yeah, the other ones, I don't know what each specific deal is right now. All I can say is that Code Clay gives you whatever the best current deal is. Well, come on. How do you not know that, Ty? I'm going to lose my mind. Ty, my own mod that was just given the job yesterday. I know you've seen that slide before, brother. I know you've seen it. But now you know. Now you know. Yeah, I haven't heard anything bad about him. You said 5 if you... Oh, yes, Brendan. That's what happened. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. I did. That's what the 5 was in regards to. Sorry about that, Fuzzy. And thank you, Brandon. Or Brendan, I'm sorry, for clearing that up. Right now, if you don't have you pass, you can fund it and refund me. Hey, good morning to your company. Sound is low today, or maybe my problem. Is the sound on the mic low today, or does it sound good to people? How does my mic sound? Fine, good, bit low, great. All right, well, let's see. I swear, this new Windows, I don't know how to find anything. Let's see, mic settings, mic setting. There we go, microphone. Let's see what we can cook up here. I really don't know if I like this whole new sound. Oh, okay. Microphone. Let's see. Let's see. It does look a little bit low. I bet this is better. Maybe if I move it up a little bit more. I'm getting up to like 70. How does this sound? Sounding any better? Does it sound louder? Back to normal? My guess is yes, based off of what I'm looking at. In fact, this should be pretty solid. So that sounds way better? Okay, good. Somehow that got moved. louder in a bad way, or like it sounds good now? 5 out of 5, right? Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, we are now coming down here. It's good now, perfect. Sounds louder, but I'll adjust on my end. Sounds angelic. Of course it does. I mean, you don't have to state the obvious. Well, I might look for a double bottom. I pretty much missed the short. I had that line. I'm not. Oh yeah, that's what it was. I was like, why wasn't I interested? Now I remember, because it kept tapping right here at that pivot point and it had me worried. And then, yeah, after it did break the pivot point, down it goes. But yes, let's see if we can potentially get some sort of double bottom. Last time the price was down around here. Nice bounce. Do we get something like that moving forward? We shall see. I'm not going to just blindly buy right there. I'm going to try to wait for some sort of confirmation. I'd say 5 by 5. Like the workout program, 5 by 5? Okay. Oh, now I figured out Trade of 8. I had GTC enabled. Well, there you go. There you go. I'm glad you figured it out. Again, looking for maybe some sort of double bottom play. Again, what's gold at? Did it roll back? Oh, gold with a false rollover. Now right here. All right, here we go. Again, I'm not going to just blindly buy right there, just in case this thing comes down and decides to flush down through. But potential double bottom. Okay, there it goes down below. Glad I waited for confirmation, because as of now, it's just dumping right through. All right. The benefits of not just, again, I could see people like, well, I'm just going to buy right there. I'm going to set my buy because it's bounced there before. It's not like a blind buy in the sense of like you have no reason to do it. I understand the reason. It's bounced from there before. It's blind more so in the sense of you have no confirmation. You don't know at all if it's going to actually act as support. Oh, nope. I would not have gotten it either than they did. Off. I tried it, got stopped out, took a shot. Okay, yep. But the other nice thing is it's very easy. You can throw your buy here, you can put your stop there, and it becomes a very simple premise. Either you're going to fill me and bounce, or you're not, and it'll be a very small little loss, and it is what it is. And I'm going to try a buy right there, see if it wants to come up. We're still down around, you know, this general low right here. So maybe this is just kind of one of these fake breaks of that low. Coming up. Okay, I'm in. See if we can get some more bounce. Take that little scalpy scalp out. I am catching knives, so you don't want to overstay your welcome. Now, yes, if this thing goes straight upwards, with hindsight, yes, I should have stayed. I should have stayed, but again, that's all hindsight trading. But there we go. Get rid of that line now. I suppose it served its purpose. Don't forget your sippy. That's a good call. My sippy sip. Now I got to drink my water. Thank you, Zach, for the reminder. All right. So yeah, the ego definitely wants this thing to come back down, because if this goes straight back up, then I'm gonna feel real stupid and look real stupid. So my ego is like, go back down. All right, maybe another long here now. I don't know. Now, if this comes up and then comes down, I'll have no interest. I wanted to see this stop here and come straight down. Again, if what it's doing right now, yeah, I'm no longer interested. Because if it comes up and then comes down, that's basically like a failure in motion. Ooh, gold. Ooh. Just missed it. Back test there, come back down. Yeah, is gold about to roll back over now? Both of these are looking nice and spicy right now. Yeah, if you're over there trading gold, I don't blame you one bit. That looks pretty spicy also. Yeah, I'm not gonna get short here. I need more of a bounce before I get more so thinking short. For people that cannot be in front of their system during action market open, could you say on average if there's more? It really just depends. Like right now, gold has been amazing in the evenings. Amazing. And when I say evenings, I mean like 8, 9 p.m. Eastern, maybe even sooner than that. So right now, with the way gold has been, given just all the hoopla around gold, gold is pretty much giving opportunities. I don't want to say at all hours of the day because I'm not watching all hours of the day. But like last night, I was trading gold. So yeah, gold is sort of king of the mountain right now, which can happen. I mean, the pillars that you can always trust to be giving opportunities, you know, your ES, your NQ, stuff like that. And then you have commodities where when some commodities are all of a sudden in the headlines and just really being talked about, then yeah, they can also overtake those. Like I was not around, but I would imagine back, during COVID when oil was like dropping down to just oil was essentially going to zero. I would imagine, again, I was not in futures then, but I would imagine like oil trading at that point was probably pretty spicy. But, recently oil kind of has fallen out of the news. Not anybody really talking about oil because it's not really doing anything crazy. Back in 2008, again, I was not in futures, but I remember, I think that was maybe the first time that oil ever went up over $100 a barrel. I imagine the oil's futures market was like really spicy back then. But like I said, the consistent one that you can always count on are going to be the indices, right? The NQ, the ES, the YM. And then on the outside, yeah, it's just kind of a function of just the macroeconomics. Right now, gold, everybody and their brothers, uncles talking about it. So it's kind of the king of the mountain. So is NQ always the king of the mountain? Not necessarily always, but it's always up near the peak for sure. I don't know if any of that made sense, but there we go. I ran a truck in 08. Fuel was stupid. Okay, yeah. So right around that period, I remember oil just getting crazy. And then, of course, oil got crazy in the opposite direction during COVID. You can trade. Yeah, futures are open 23 hours a day. 6 days a week. They're not open on Saturdays. But yeah, they close at 5 p.m. Eastern, and then they open back up 1 hour later at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then they go until the next day at 5 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, right. I mean, one of the things we talk about here is Pam's Plant, and that's one of the great. So Pam's Plant is for day trading, and an argument of why day trading futures through a prop firm is best. These are the reasons futures are great, and then these are the reasons futures should be done through a prop firm. But yeah, right here, basically around the clock. That is one of the reasons that make futures awesome. Is that there is essentially a time for everybody to find time to trade them. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I mean, we are just, I'm looking over here at the 15-minute. What's a 4-hour got for us? All right, 4-hour, yeah, right around 975 could be interesting. I'm going to keep it, let's get this actually marked out. 975 might be an interesting area. That is the that's representing the. Just bring it over here. So this is the 4-hour time frame. Down here, you can see that is where the 50 period set moving average is. So maybe an area of support right there. But other than that, I mean, we're kind of at. I don't want to say in the middle of nowhere because we're not in the middle of nowhere. On the 2-minute time frame, we're somewhat in the middle of nowhere. This market this morning, huh? A trader's dream. Yes, if we were on the right side of trades, I would agree with that. Do I have a code? Yes, I do have a code with my funded futures right there. My funded futures, so yes, code Clay. Code Clay for everything other than funding ticks. That one is Clay Trader. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Appreciate people looking out to try to support the stream any way they can. Very kind. Trying to feed some hungry kids. I appreciate that. Pam's plant is no. Pam's plant is definitely not drugs. OG, where have you been? I've been asking about you. I'm like, oh, I wonder whatever happened to OG. But you are back. Where have you been, brother? Same code for all firms except funding ticks. Funding ticks is Clay Trader. But all the other ones, yeah, just code Clay. Thanks for asking. Nathan. You been working? Okay. Just wondering what happened to you. It's been, what, at least a month since you've been here. But good to see you, man. Good to see you. Hopefully things are going well. All right, well, as of now, price didn't get that close to the 75 mark. Up around this area, in no way, shape, or form am I interested in getting long right now. This is all potential short territory, just, dead cat bounce area. Yeah, I used code Clay last night, got back on the horse. Well, good. Well, first off, thank you for using code Clay and feeding hungry children. And I'm glad to hear that you're back on the horse. That's good stuff. All right, now let me just add in another yellow line because I want to keep that one down there as that reference point. But let's see how the price behaves up around that yellow line there. Might be interested in a short, but again, I'm not going to blindly short there. I want to see how it first acts. Hey, boss, since you're using TPT, are you trading? I pull my theory, and this is not the right way to go about it, but I am on team. Request as much as you can. So if you're eligible for $500, request $500. Some people are like, no, Clay, I think you should also build buffer. I want to build buffer. I think you should take up a little bit and then build. Totally fine too. So that is I don't know if there's necessarily a right or wrong reason or answer. But yeah, and when it comes to the theory of do you take the payment or do you leave it in and build buffer? And all that means, for those of you that are maybe new, building buffer means it's harder to blow up your account. So in theory, if you build buffer enough, you could take a $50,000 trade and you still would not lose your prop account because you've built up so much buffer. So that's what some people they want to build and build and build, and that way, to be fair to them, I'm not saying they're wrong. They are making it harder to blow your account, but they're also taking on the risk of the trade-off. They don't have any money being sent to their bank account. But yeah, I am on team. If I'm owed the $500 or whatever amount it is, I'll take the $500. Yeah, if you're on the 50K OG, then that is correct. During the test phase. Just during the test phase. After you get your pro account, then yeah, you can make as much as you want. Got somewhat close to the yellow line. I guess not totally close, and then back down it goes. So 1,200 a day. No, that's about as good of a start as you can get. Well done. Oh. Oh so close yet oh so far away. All right, well, if this heads to the new lows, we'll see how the price behaves around there. You're in the sweet spot, Mark. Nice job. I'll take between 500 1,000 each payout. And then you leave the rest in for buffer, Jocko? Is that what you mean? Interesting, potentially a long here. If it wants to come down here and hit that yellow or white line and start to head back up. The white line, as an FYI, if you're new, is just the low of the day. So that's my platform does it. So in other words, it's impossible for the price to get below that white line because the white line will just adjust lower because, again, that white line is the low of the day. Cool, Jocko. Yeah, definitely everybody's got their little kind of theories on it and approaches to it. You know, it's kind of just one of those big old prop firm talking points that you could probably go around a circle for hours getting in a fist fight over. Just like, what's the best account size? I say it's 50. No, 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 it's 100. No, you morons, it's 25. Hey, Clay, I'm pretty confused if I should hold or sell my position IOBT. Do I sell or keep holding more? Can you... Well, Django, I will say this. I operate on this theory that you know your strategy, you know your rules way better than I do. So all I can really say is, what does your strategy and rules say you should do? And whatever your strategy, whatever the rules within your strategy say you should do, then that's definitely what you should do. Again, because I'm operating that you know your strategy, you know your rules better than I do. All right, once again approaching that white line. This is when we're trading so hard because I want to see this white line, but now the voices are showing up in my mind. Well, Clay, it's close enough, dude. Like, just get in line. But no, that I wanted to see it hit there. The close enough voice, it's such a real thing. Close enough or good enough. I don't know if anybody else has that voice. Does anybody else have the close enough, good enough voice? Anybody else have that one in their minds? Maybe I'm the only person with the close enough, good enough voice. And mine always says it in like a frustrated way, like, good enough. It's not like a kind voice. It's not like, oh, that's good enough. No, it's like, good enough. That's how my voice sounds. Good enough. Looks like it's going to range to you. Well, if you're a range trader and Sith trader is right, well then you're gonna be a happy camper. If you are a range trader and Sith trader is wrong, you're probably gonna have some losing trades. So please be disciplined. BYND thoughts. My only thought, Moonish, is that you need to do more learning because that's a very dangerous question. And my guess is you have no idea how that's a dangerous question, which proves my point. You are definitely a beginner and you're getting too far ahead of yourself. So study more, Moonish. Study more. Assignment number 1, figure out why is that a bad question? Why is that a very dangerous and risky question? There's your first assignment. So that is my thought. You are way too far ahead of yourself because you don't know how to ask questions properly. And you just asked a very risky question. Same with everybody else. What do you mean? How is that a risky question? If that's you, I would say you're probably getting too far ahead of yourself if you don't understand how that is a risky question. So as of now, we're building out here. The bear pennant. Put the golf hole up here, make it a little bit more visual. So there we go. So bear pennant doesn't mean the price is going to go down, but that is what I'm looking at right now. Bear pennant pattern. So it's bouncing right now, but again, overall context, still essentially visiting. So I actually might be interested here. Let's see how the price behaves. Again, that yellow line for me is essentially representing the top here of the bear pennant. Okay, not going to just blindly Ooh, Anthony and Kyle going at it. Going at it. I like it. Okay, again, I'm not going to just blindly short, but let's see how it behaves. So what I would love to see is for this candle to close somewhere up around here. The next candle goes up there, bumps its head on the 21 EMA, starts to come back down. I can get short, stop over the highs right there. Very tight risk, and then a whole lot of upside potential if it does roll over. So that's my ideal world. So again, phase one, this candle's got to close up around here. And as of right now, it just got rejected right from the yellow line, huh? Well, I know that, Ant. That's why I'm saying you guys are fighting like brothers. You're going at it like brothers. That's why I love to see it. A little brotherly fist fight love. Okay, well. So yes, in hindsight, apparently I should have just thrown my short order right there at the yellow line where I had it to begin with, at the top of the bear pennant. Hey, hit that like button if you are enjoying. The likes do help. They're a good form of communication to me on if people are enjoying or not, if people are entertained. So yeah, if you're enjoying, if you're entertained, if you're anything positive and you have not yet hit that like button, please do so. It does help. It's good feedback. Happy Diwali. Huh? What's Diwali? Diwali? What's that? Is it your birthday? I don't know. Or does that mean you blew up your account? Because I see like a firework there. Might be able to short the top yellow FM and go back. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Are you not entertained? Is that not why you are here? Just notice you have timer next to your ticket. No, I just used the timer to know when each candle is going to be done. Did it really just go right? What am I doing with my life? Why don't I just put an order right there? I swear, sometimes I look like the smartest SOB on here. Other times I look like the dumbest, you know? Star Wars? I don't know. He just disappeared. So mysterious. Hey, EMA. All right, here we go. Here we go. I wanted to. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to put my stop above the yellow line because now I'm right in front of the 21 EMA. That's why I'd love for see it to be a fake break, hit here, and then start to come back down. Diwali festival, commonly known as Diwali, is the Hindu festival of lights. This is not ideally what I want. Okay, I'm in. Just two. I want a little smaller size because this is not the ideal set of circumstances, but beautiful candle here. EMA versus SMA, what is your perspective? Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. There are no magic holy grails. So, I mean, I use both, so. All right, I'm going to try one there at the EMA. And that apparently was not wise. All right, I'm out of that one. In long at 0.30. Good job, EMA. All right. If this thing continues on up, next interesting area, let me bring over the 5-minute. Right up here around the pivot point, that dotted brown line. You also have the 21 EMA right around that general area. Yeah, so on that one, I added 2 more just in case it did decide to reject. Then I would have had a very nice position size, but clearly it did not care about the 21 EMA. So that was, in hindsight, not a good choice, but seemed reasonable to me that it might have gotten rejected from there, and then that would have been a really nice trade had it come back down, but it didn't. Hey, Icicle, good to see you. Been a while. All right, let's see what else we can do. So as of now, the bear pennant has been violated as it's come up to the upside here. I'm going to try a short right here. Again, I am still bearish biased on all this. The overall downtrend is still down. Wait, that didn't make any sense. The overall downtrend is still down. Well, no kidding, Clay, because by definition, it's a downtrend. Sorry. That's like me saying the hot stove is hot. Well, no kidding, Clay. Good job, EMA. Guess bounce up too much. But yes, believe it or not, I believe that the downtrend is down. I might try building here because this is looking a little sketchy. But this is also one where if it doesn't work out, it can be Cook City. Like, if this thing just totally V's and just goes straight up, even though it's already basically been going straight up. So if it goes even more straight up, even though it's bent, then so be it. Glad to hear down is down. Yes, until down is up. Which is what it is for shorts, right? Down means your profit and loss is up. Or your profit is up, I should say. Moonish, again, you are too far ahead of yourself, brother. You don't know what you're doing. I can tell by the questions you're asking. I don't say that to be mean. I'm just telling you, you're too far ahead of yourself. You need to do more learning. So that is my first short entry. I'm starting small, and I'm willing to build. This uptick is killing you. Yeah, I got it. It just smacked me too. Again, I'm starting very small, and if it goes up there, bumps its head, and then comes back down, yeah, I'm gonna be sitting there going to be like, why did I start so small? But the idea is, gives me room to build. Always try to trade with the trend and not against it. I mean, I guess, but that's kind of like one of my pet peeve, just like cliche sayings. Yeah, they what is my, yeah, they're being very difficult, Danish. I appreciate you doing that. Let's see, what is my code there? Give me a second. I do have a code there, but one second here, Danish. That one is Clay 83. So Danish, I appreciate you reaching out. But yes, right here, this is the code on. I'm trying to work with them. Like, hey, can I just get code Clay? That would actually help. But they're, I don't know. They either don't like me or they're just swamped on the affiliate side of things. But yeah, that will work for you there, or it should, Danish. Okay, here we go. Up. Oh, come on. How did I not get filled there? Are you serious? Are you serious, Clark? You got to be kidding me. Look at that. I got to go up higher now. Yeah, that was brutal. All right, Mark. Good job. Way to be responsible. Good job. Sometimes the best choice is to put yourself in the penalty box. No shame there. Man, that was a bummer. No fill. Danish, can you let me know if that works? It should, I think, in theory. Okay, here we go. Maybe. And my new first entry is right up here. And I say first entry because I'm willing to add more to it. But just starting small. The close enough voices here. Nice trend line. Perhaps. Is chat slow? Oh, really? Then I don't know then, Danish. I don't know. I guess they just hate me. Thank you for trying at least. Is chat slow or is the video slow? I don't think the video's slow. I don't know. Will it break or respect? I'm not real sure what trend line you're talking about. BR1 zone. And that comes back down. If Danish, if you want, if you're willing to play ball, I'm just now out of curiosity's sake. Can you send me an email and I'll send you a link? And I'm curious if that link actually works. Like, you can't use a code. Do you have to use the link? If you don't want to, that's fine. But if you want, drop me an email and then I'll send you the link and you can give that a try. Because now I'm extra, like, I don't know what kind of games are going, or I don't know. Or I guess I could just throw it in here, huh? In theory, I think. So try this, Danish. And if this doesn't work, then I have no idea. There you go. All right, let's see what we can cook up here. Okay, short. Again, just starting small. Five minute, we are right at that 21 EMA. Got another one there. Blue line is my average price. Keep coming down, keep coming down. Okay, so a little bit of a scalp there. Again, I was only able to build up to 2. So, yes, that is the downside. If you're not able to quite build the size you want, well, then that comes with it. But I can always try again, start things over. And I will. Right there, try to sell again. Good morning, Hadi. Oh, Jerome Powell here. Wow. Amazing. Jerome Powell in the house. To what do we have such the honor? Jerome Powell, what are you going to do with the next cut? Are we cutting rates or raising them? No rate. All right, thank you, Jerome. Really appreciate it, buddy. Again, what an honor. Can you raise interest rates, Jerome? Could you do that, buddy? Could you raise those rates? Well, thank you. My savings accounts would like that. I missed the days when I was getting over 5% in my savings accounts. All right, everybody could be ready. There's going to be a news release here, it sounds like. Be right back. He's got to type up the news release. There's a nice move down. What's gold up to right now? Ooh, okay. Gold's kind of trying to break out here, but gold's got this resistance right here. Both the high, the high right there, and then the pink line right there. Let's go back to MNQ. The big wigs low. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. All right, let's see. All right, have a good one, Jerome Powell. Thanks for swinging by. What a good guy. Unbelievable. Try a long right there. Now what am I doing? This is a forced trade. That's a forced trade. That's a totally forced trade. Hey, Danish, did you try that link? Did it work? Let's see. Well, at least a couple of you clicked on it. Yes, exactly. Yeah, Jerome Powell, on your next press release, could you just tell everybody to use code CLAY to feed hungry children? Even the link didn't work? Yeah, I don't know then. I don't know then. Thanks. Thanks for trying. Okay, long. You know, I'm long. Took out the little scalpy scalp there. Very good. Little nervous because this is, in my mind, still in a downtrend. And we have another one of these situations where, again, yes, we do have, this bull flag, bull pennant, whatever you want to call it. But it is still occurring in an overall downtrend. So, I mean, if it were to fail to the downside, I don't think that would be too shocking. Or at least it shouldn't be too shocking. So I'm glad I scalped up. All right, there we go. My ego likes that one. I look very smart on the scalpy scalp for that one. Very good. I asked this earlier. I'll ask again now that more people are here. But how are all of your days going? Green, red, great, bad? Blew up an account, passed an account, qualified for a payout. I now live under a bridge. I'm currently at the Lambo dealership. Mitmon is green. Anthony is green. Gary is small green. Green 185 for Kyle. Danish green. Roasted a pro. It happens. Working on 2 green days. Well, don't worry about. Don't do streaks. Do not count winning streaks. Sith is up 400. Good job. Played gold last night. Caught a 650 trade. Nice job, Robin. Partial tilt. Well, at least I guess it wasn't full tilt, Rob. First main, green 15. Totally flat. I'm at McDonald's buying a supersized number 1. Yeah, you're pretty much done for the day, OG. Green, but barely. Blew up one of my and pass an eval. Well, at least you have that. A couple of green trades, MGC, no Lambo, but maybe get my 1986 bicycle fixed. Yeah, that's a good first goal in life. Get out of your parents' basement. I was red from last night. $100 in green now. Good job, Brandon. Day's been okay. I mean, it's fine. The live stream trades have been a little frustrating, but well, really, it was just that one that didn't work out. I got a little more aggressive than I should have, but wait, no, I've had 2. I can't remember now. I don't know. I can't remember if I've had 1 or 2 losing trades. All right, we're on this former breakout area. So will this now maybe behave as some sort of support? Will this be the classic resistance now acts as support? How's your day going, optional? Whoa, okay. Again, mapped out that bull pennant. And like I said, hopefully nobody is shocked to see that bull pennant fail miserably because, again, you got to keep in mind the context of the bull pennant. Okay, there's that trend line. Huge day. Sending a check to the... nice. Man, that is a good day. Patient trader is literally funding the government so they can reopen. You know you had a good day when you're like, here you go, government, open back up. Doing all right, 1 account in the green, unlocked out for the day. Another kind of slightly red, but slowly crawling out. Good job. Thank you, Icicle, for hitting that like button. Always appreciated. I'm going to try a short here. If this snaps right back up, not going to be pleasant, but I'm going to try to capture some downside momentum here. There we go. I'm short. See if this downwards pressure continues. Come on. I want to see if it can get down below this yellow line right here. I think that could open up the momentum gates. Now, how it behaves at that trend line, I don't know about that, but by the time it gets down there, I'll be plenty in the green. Come on. How did I not get it? No, I'm not going to play this game. No, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. I tried to get a partial there. I don't know what happened. I didn't even get it. And all of a sudden, it just started to putz around. It might still come back down, but I'm not going to do it. That's not going to do it, brothers. Not going to play the games. If you're going to behave like that, market, not give me a very simple fill, and then snap back a little bit against me, I'm not going to risk having it just all of a sudden go right back up. I don't like that at all. Again, could still come back down, but I'm not going to put up with it. Well, good. Yeah, Sith. Me and Sith, we're not going to put up with those games. Yeah, look at that. Now it's bouncing back up. That's right, Sith. Look at that. What a joke. Oh my. Sith. Boom. Let's go, brother. Yeah, good job. Recognize the game. We're not going to put up with that nonsense. Look at that. That is ridiculous. I mean, I feel great that I got out and I played it the way I did, but if this is how the rest of the day is going to go action wise, man, this is going to be some tricky stuff here. Lance, two accounts green today for me. Shorted Nasdaq, got burned last night. Oh yeah, gold was crazy last night. Day's going pretty good, kind of. I'm irritated right now. And now it's going to come all the way back. Oh my goodness. Think about it. Think about people that were short, like I was, and then that move right there probably stopped them out. If this thing comes all the way back down and then makes the move, those people are going to be on tilt watch. Hey, Sokol. Man, that is so irritating. Like I said, if this thing comes back down, oh boy, there are going to be some disciplined shorts on tilt. Because the undisciplined ones, they're just whatever, hold and hope. It's the disciplined ones that, like I said, get stopped out, and then if it drops right back down, not good, not good. So if you are short and you got stopped out there and it comes back down, I'm telling you right now, just be aware. I would imagine you're going to have some tilt voices show up. Don't listen to them. Don't listen. I don't know. I still do like this short, but we'll see how it behaves. Yeah, break of this trend line here. I'm not saying it's dropping straight down to that white line, but I don't think it's out of the realm of reason to think, especially a good strong break of that trend line could certainly generate some more downside pressure. Okay, hey Hadi, just calm down. I get it. You're 18. I get it. Your testosterone is flowing, and you want to sound like a baller, but we all know you're just guessing. Okay. So we're a bunch of old people here, Hadi. You're not impressing anybody. Like, I get it if you're like around a bunch of other teenagers and like college kids, like maybe those sorts of calls, but like here nobody's impressed, man. We're all a bunch of old people. We all full well know that you have no idea that it's going to drop by 70 points. So just say, hey, you know what? If we lose 2060, it could get ugly. Even if it drops 70 points, none of us were born yesterday. We all full well know that you have no idea that it's for sure going to drop 70 points. We might have some younger people here, but you're like, if you're 18 here and you like this chat, you're probably younger with like you're a young person with an old soul. Yeah, we don't believe you because we know you're guessing. And if you're not going to admit that you're guessing, then you're just lying. That's all. Like, I get it. I remember being 18. And just throwing out numbers because, like, if it happens, then I can be like, see, I'm a baller. It's like, okay, yeah, you guessed and you got right. Okay, it's down through there, but like I said, I'm still a little jaded after that trade. again, Hadi, I know you're 18. If you think that technicals provide guarantees, you're under the wrong impression. Like, there is nothing in technicals that guarantees if 25,060 fails, it will drop 70 points. That doesn't exist. There are no guarantees. And I love charts. But yeah, charts do not offer guarantees. I'm minus 1,300 today. Ah, bummer. Well, you still got a fighting chance. Not to mention, Hadi, I don't know if you're in school to be a lawyer, but we all see what you did there. You didn't give us any sort of time frame. So technically, you kind of can't be wrong. Because, like, it might drop 70 points 3 months from now, and then you'll come back. I told you so. I said it would drop 70 points. Never said when. I just said it would happen. So, like, we all did notice, too. Your attempted kind of, like, lawyer. Like, so, I don't know. You might be in law school right now. Because right now, actually, no, today. Oh, okay. So, we have, okay, yeah. He's got about 5 hours to be right. Okay. Again, you don't have to be like that. I'm telling you, I want you to succeed in life. What you're doing right now is not a good look. It will make you an unlikable person. People like humility. People like people that, you know, are not like, oh, this is for sure going to happen. When, like, the other people know that it's not for sure going to happen. And I'm glad I was jaded, because right now, broke, look good, and then snap right back up. So imagine these shorts right now. Yeah, this is getting a bit sketchy. Imagine the shorts that took that, feeling great about themselves, and then boom, just like that, up it goes. This market right now is just like, it is doing its best to start to send people on tilt. Does anyone think SPY wants to fill the tiny gap? I mean, yeah, gaps tend to get filled, but they don't have to get filled. Or sometimes they get filled, but they get filled like 8 years later. What's your biggest loss in trade, Clay? I don't know. My biggest win, my biggest loss was on the LinkedIn IPO, which was many, many years ago. I think it's 67.20 on futures. I can't recognize. Oh, yeah, maybe. Regardless, though, Hadi, where's your stop loss? Like, or is this just like that's going to happen? So, do you have a stop loss? Like, is there a point where you're willing to admit that you're wrong and like stop out, or no? He doesn't have one probably because he's full porting. I don't know. Good morning. Well, today market tilted me in from 10:30 with that drop. Yeah. This afternoon it's definitely becoming kind of tilty. Attempted tilt too. I mean, it really is trying to sucker in those shorts to get on tilt. I'm sorry, just traders get on tilt. Well, where's your stop going to be? When you do take the trade, where's your stop going to be? Hey, Patriots, good afternoon. Long entry at 79, stop loss 42, target 142. Love it, Angelo. Thank you for your trade plan ahead of time. That's what it's all about. Nothing but courage. Even if he's wrong, that's okay. At least he had the courage to throw out his trade plan ahead of time. Okay, there we go. So Hadi has just revealed his hand that he doesn't mean what he says he means. You fell for my trick. So you know, and you know in your heart that it's not for sure going to drop 70 points. And you just revealed that in your heart, you're talking tough, but your actions You know that, okay, I'm talking tough, but like I actually don't know if it'll drop 70 points. That's all I was getting at, which is good. Right, because if you knew that it was dropping 70 points, and what in the world do you have a stop loss for? There's no need for a stop because it's going to drop 70 points. Just get in, put your profit target down there, and walk away for the rest of the day. But the mere fact you have a stop loss reveals that, well, you don't know for sure. Right, and that's good. My point is earlier said if 25.060 breaks, it's going 70 points down. I said, well, what we're trying to communicate to you is, well, that's just a guess. Like you don't like think it's for sure going to go and do that. I'll be watching the 5 minute for a flip in my EMAs, and I'll be looking for a buy anywhere. All right, A Patriots, I appreciate the thoughts. That's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. That's what we're all trying to tell you. We're all just trying to help you out with this statement. If we lose 25.60, we drop 70 points. We've already lost it. And right now we have not dropped 70 points. Now keep in mind, if we lose 70 points, my target is 70 points. If we lose 25.060, I think there's a chance it drops 70 points. If we lose 25.060, the potential is there to drop. Do you see the difference other than if we lose 25.60, we drop 70 points? Some of those examples had some humility behind them. Yours is just like saying it like matter of factly. There is power in the word potentially, or I think, or it might. Yeah, and like people have said, we have already lost it, and all it's done is the exact opposite. No, you did not say that. Okay. No. See, here, I bring the receipts. That's what you said. That's what you said right there, brother. Which is, we're trying to help you out. We're trying to help you out. That's all. We want you to, again, my core desire for this live stream is I want to help everybody succeed in life. And my basic premise is this. Likable people have a way better chance of succeeding in life just by being likable. Therefore, let's focus on focus on avoiding things that make people not likable. And being arrogant, being cocky, most people don't like that. So just trying to... That's not true. Okay, First Man. Now the most socially awkward person in the room is going to start to lecture us. Like First Main is, what is this guy? Let me look at his page real quick. Who is this guy? I don't know why he's not been banned. What is that? What is in your hand? Is that a hand? Yeah, what is this? What's this a picture of? Is that a cat? What is that? Is it a chipmunk? You holding a chipmunk? What is that? All right, coming back down. Can anybody else tell what that is? That is a hand. I don't know what was in his hand. Multiple. Medi. Multiple. You can have up to 5. You can have up to 5 pro accounts at once. Little mouse. I don't know. Looked like I don't know what it was. You're in. Well, that still does not make any sense. You said that you were waiting for a price to close below 25.060. And now you're already in. This candle's not closed below it. How do you trade them? By copy trading. So on assuming you're using Tradeovate, there's a function where you can group your trades, and that is copying. All right, nice breakdown here, finally, after all this sloppiness. That's it. Now I'm done. No, you're not. You're going to come back. I'm going to call it. You're going to come back, and you're like, all right, now I'm done. And you'll be at like 14.95. That is one of the most annoying things about all traders, myself included. Congrats to all that listen to you. Are you dented? What are you talking about? You're I mean, my friend, you're making your trade plan up as you go. I'm telling you, we're all a bunch of old people here. Like, I understand the way you're behaving right now. Maybe you can like pull that over on other 18-year-olds, but like, dude, I love being around a bunch of old people. It's great. Yeah, I'm right. He said 70 points. He said he's waiting for the candle to close below it, and now all of a sudden he's already been in. Oh, I see. I told you so. It's funny. You can tell he must, I mean, this stuff must work on other like 18-year-olds or whatever. Yeah, experience, right. Yeah, that's good stuff. That's funny. Mentally, I'm 21. Physically, yeah. Physically, you're 80. That's funny. Hadi is in search of approval. Two ways have been demonstrated. One, people that seek approval are the ones that show up and say, if this breaks, it's going 40 points. Why? Because they then want to be able to say, see, I told you so, look at me. They seek approval. The other way is when things kind of happen, like, I hope everybody listened to me. Congrats if you listen to me, right? So Hadi, man, what's going on in your life where you're seeking so much approval, man? Hot to Mike, I've been $14 in profit today, but equity increases in half. I due to that needs to get better. Oh, the fees got you. I'm not hating on you, but like now you're gaslighting us all. Like, just stop, man. Like I said, the way you're like trying to like talk out of every angle of your mouth, maybe that works around like your age group, which I will give Hadi credit. Last week I asked him, and he was honest. He's 18. Like that stuff that maybe that works around here, but like, dude, I'm telling you here, like the demographic that I'm kind of like that seems to want to stick around, it's going to be more like, let's just call it like it is. Let's not run around try to flex your muscles. No, you're not timed out. I'm wondering, first main, what is that in your hand? You just disappeared, first main. You said something's not true. Like, first main, tell me about yourself. I'm dead serious. Like, I'm not sure how you're not banned because you're very, I don't know what's going on. But so I'm just like, where do you live? Let's start there. Where do you live in the world? 11 away from filling. Where are you at in the world, Hadi? I'm not sorry, not Hadi. I'm sorry, first man. Gold, what's gold? Is gold doing something right now? Oh, man. Gold's not doing anything right now. This is where look at this. This is where the action's at right now. All right, I'm going to look for some shorts. I do not believe this to be a V. I'll come up a little bit more. And I will look to try to get some shorts here. I guess I could get short here and just put a stop up there. You missed the trade I called out. What was the trade you called out? I'm scrolling back up. I don't see a trade call out from you. I'm not saying you didn't make it. I'm just saying I don't necessarily see it, and I'm trying to watch over here. But I will trust you because I recognize the name. So, hey, good job. Okay. Yeah, that just totally socially awkward. I can't even answer that. That's right, First Main. Don't worry about it, man. First Main, I remember him like at least 3 times every live stream. He'll just say bull flag. No context. It could be like the biggest bear flag ever, but out of nowhere, he'll just be like bull flag. You guys don't deserve it. I'm not giving you any more trades. Okay. Bull something. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, I don't know why you... It's so sad that you grew up this way. Where you poke, 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 and then when people call you out for your inconsistencies, you play the victim. Why are you guys all hating on me? Dude, don't gaslight, man. In fact, he's going on timeout. I don't have time for that nonsense anymore. You're going to try a short here. See if we can get some more momentum down. There we go on the scalpy scalp. I'm a little jaded right now. That's why I've been sticking with scalpy scalps. If you saw, not that trade, but the one, I think it was previous to that, you'll understand why I'm a little jaded. Which is a bit of recency effect. I should not be jaded because every trade is individual, but sometimes the general attitude of the market suggests certain things. And in this situation, I think the attitude, for me, is suggesting err more towards the scalpy scalps. And in my defense right now, looking like that was the right call. But to be fair, it's not like it came all the way up here or anything. So it could still ultimately prove to be stupid on a scalpy scalp if this thing continues to drop. All right. Is Trump serious? No, Trump's not talking. Trump, oh, yeah, I don't know. Is Trump talking? I hope not. All right. Yesterday I had with my strategy. Stop. I'm not sure what you mean. Clay wanted to share this. Yesterday I had with my strategy stopped out. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're saying there, CDP. I mean, you could always fire up another account, OG. You could, racehorse model. You could get another horse in training. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay. Who said what? Who said what? I chased. There we go. Nice little scalpy scalp there. Taking advantage of this momentum. Now, but who said what, folks? Who said what? Yeah, maybe Trump is talking. It was Hadi. No, Hadi only said 70 points. Man, Hadi, he was way wrong. He said 70. He was off by like 80 points. You can't see your screen? Huh? What stock is that? This is not a stock. We're day trading futures here. Day trading stocks is a waste. Day trading stocks is garbage. Oh yeah, a lot of people just got roasted on that. Oh yeah, what's gold doing anything right now? And gold is like, huh? What's going on over here? Mass chaos. Gold is just like da 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 da. All right, everybody stay calm. That is why, again, if you've been watching the live stream, you've seen me take a couple losses. Not enjoyable. But notice, by cutting the losses, by not blowing up my account, all it takes is some movement like this, and boom. Not only are all those losses regained, but now I'm up way more than where I ever was. I think when I started the stream, that number was at, what, like 18 bucks or something? So I hope you consider that. I've had 2 losses, but both never fun to take a loss, but I just cut it. Cut the loss, kept myself in the game, and then you never know when some sort of great movement like this is around that you can take advantage of. Okay, gold, this is one of these things where who cares about gold right now? This is where you might be in the gold cult if you still are like, no, I'm going to watch gold. When all this is going on, you're like, no, I'm still going to be watching gold. You are probably in the gold cult. I trade gold, but I'm definitely not in the cult. I'm going to watch this right now. Okay. Hey. Fair enough. That's actually some good movement on gold. Fair enough. But I've kind of gotten jaded because I've learned a lot of people with gold. Like yesterday, someone was like, oh, gold is like, said something. And I thought I was going to see like gold just like ripping and roaring. And it was like nothing. But yes, gold is ripping. I stand corrected. Nope, fair enough. But too often you're like, man, gold's booming. And then it's like, okay, I mean, it's a green candle. I don't know about booming. But yeah, no, that's good. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That is some great movement there. I mean, almost untradeable in the sense of that's almost too volatile. 15 bucks and like, yeah. Would you agree, Ty, that sort of movement is borderline like too crazy to even trade? Do I need to worry if I had a few? No, Ed, that's one of the great things about Take Profit Trader. There's no scalping rule. Hey, Elusive Lens. Look at that V. This is not a V. This is not a V. This movement started like right here. You could argue right here, but let's just say here. This is the V. Down and back up. There's the V. If it continues on up, then there's the check mark. I repeat, this is not a V. If it gets like now it's getting close to a V at this point. Whether you want to say this move started here or here, down, and then straight back up, that would be the, so it is, to be fair, it is getting very close to the V. V forming. Yes, you could say the V is seemingly forming right now. Wow. Now you have this, so anybody that chased short, getting roasted. So did Trump talk? I don't know. I do not know. Somebody here at some point, I'm sure, will figure out what actually happened. Bet Hadi, man, he got that thing way wrong. Dude was off by like 100 points. I got roasted down and recovered all up. so you went on tilt, you revenge traded, and then it happened to turn around. So at that point, Hot Tub Mike, you're like, okay, doing this is not working. So let me hop opposite direction. So you went, yes. I've been there many times. I'm glad it worked out, Hot Tub Mike. But you were right on the cusp of blowing up also. But I'm glad it worked out. I bought in. Sorry. You bought in what? Trump tweeted new tariffs on China, then turned around and tweeted JK this. Oh, okay. That's not actually what happened. Oh. Selvin bought. That's why it dipped. Gotcha. The Selvin effect. At least to anyone that wanted long, didn't do it. Otherwise, roasted hard and tilt hard from possible V. Yeah, so, I mean, people that were, long, got undisciplined, they're roasted. I mean, look at that. That was over 100-point drop. Wow. I got long where you got short, and we both made money. That's awesome, Toad. Good job. What a move. Not for the faint of heart. Trump admitted considering plan to restrict globally produced exports to China made with or containing U.S. software. Gotcha. All right. So that sounds like it could be a plausible thing, but now all of a sudden, almost right back up it goes. Jim Cramer said, buy now. Yeah. He said right there, buy now. Is that where the Jim Cramer? Buy now. And then right there, what's gold doing? Yeah, gold. This is spicy here, folks. Gold, right? It's moving. It'll rip your face off. So if you like gold, here you go. Where is the setting for your white low of the day? I don't know. Let's see here. Price levels. There you go. High price, low of the day. Right there. I think. Okay, well, we have one of these situations, little miniature bull pennant, but it's happening after a whole lot of downward side pressure, so I don't know if that should be trusted or not. I'm not going to trust it. Can I send a screenshot here? A screenshot of what? What do you need to send a screenshot of? No, we don't. No, you don't need to put your results. That's fine. You can just tell us what were your results. I recognize your name. I'm assuming you're not trolling. No, if you just showed up out of nowhere, I'd be a little skeptical. How many lots do you normally trade? Good job. Good job. It depends on the circumstances. I can't trade. Hello. Yeah, it all depends. On less volatile days, position size will be higher. On days like this, where it's all over the place, there's no need to go big contracts. Or I guess in your terminology, lots. I don't know if you think this is Forex, but it's not. So when I see people use lots, I almost get the impression you think that this is Forex trading. This is futures trading. How do you go about getting a new horse? Just buy another account. Log into your current account that you have, and then just start new test, or I think it is on the dashboard. What does it say up there? Let me see. Yeah, up in the upper right-hand corner after you get logged in, there's something that says start new test. Click that. No, you do not. No, you do. What are you talking about, OG? Come on, man. Like you're, what? What? Right here. In your control center, over here, click that, start new test. This is wild. Look at the space between these. So usually like from this number to this number is like, I don't know, on a very slow day, 5. On a decent day, 10. On a more volatile day, that distance is like 20 points. Look at the difference between these two numbers. Same distance, 50. It is wild out there. Let's see what it wants. What's gold up to right now? Is gold chilled out anymore? Ooh, so gold's got a nice little bull pennant. So yeah, question here on gold. Does it get the break to the upside? Ooh, anybody going to buy that breakout on gold? There's the top. There it is, bull pennant. Yeah, you can switch behind, between everything. Right on Tradeovate there. At the top of Tradeovate, there's an area that says account. If you click on that drop-down menu, you can switch between the accounts. Buy gold 65. Okay, if you're going to buy gold at 65, then where's your stop going to be? Okay, maybe a short here. If it comes up here, hits that green line, I'm going to try short it on the way back down. Just one, though. Just one contract. That should be plenty because this is some volatile action right now. Well, never mind. So you can't pass the evaluate. Again, Joe J., you are asking the wrong question. Joe J., what you should be asking in the world of prop firms is, how many days until I can get paid? That is the question you should actually be asking. Because the prop firms that say you can pass in 1 day, when it comes to how many days until I can get my first payout, it's like 8 or 9 days. With Take Profit Trader, yes, the test phase is a minimum of 5 days, but you are eligible for payouts on day number 1 of your pro account. So in other words, you are eligible for a payout in 6 days. A very common fault of people that are kind of new. They ask the wrong question. Again, not how many days until I can pass? No. Ask how many days until I'm eligible for a payout. Does that make sense, Joe J? Well, darn it. Like I said, I want to see it hit that green line and then come back down, but hindsight in this situation has me looking stupid. What a dumb requirement. But that is hindsight for you. I mean, yeah, what he's ultimately getting at, Nate, is he's just not asking the right question. The question in the world of prop firms is how many days, assuming I play things perfectly, until I'm eligible for a payout. That's the more accurate way to be going about things. New here, been enjoying your show. Great. Do you think it's a good move to have multiple accounts and copy trade them? It is less risky. Now, it's more risky in some senses where if you go on tilt, you're now going on tilt across all your accounts. But it is actually less risky in the sense of mathematically, you're got the same purchasing power, but your risk is spread out across multiple accounts. So there's a pro and con. Very, very actually pretty cool of how you can spread out risk with copy trading. With that said, there is higher risk where if you go on tilt, then all of a sudden you're going on tilt across all your accounts. So surprise, surprise, like everything in life, everything in the markets, always a give and take. Always a trade-off. As Thomas Sowell, my favorite economist, says, there are no solutions, there are only trade-offs. Oh, Showman, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for being transparent, though. That's a good lesson. That's a good lesson. So nothing but respect for being transparent. Yeah, but hit 9K. I know the 50%. Okay, Joe, I'm not sure what does that have to do with anything? Yeah, come on in. Again, you asked about the time you can pass.
Me?
No, I'm talking to these people on here.
Daddy.
Yeah?
I made some not real money, but with paper. But this is for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's money.
It's money. Oh, wow, that's a lot of money.
Thanks.
I'm rich. I'm rich. 435. There we go. Let's go. 435. Let's go. Thank you, OG.
Bye.
Okay, see you later.
See you later. I hope you
stream?
Yes.
Yeah, you're welcome. Or thank you. I'm having a good one so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
You can keep quiet. I will do quiet so you can keep talking to people.
Okay, yeah, you do that. Thank you. Well, I mean, my daughter might be on her way to jail. I mean, it's straight up, she's just printing money. It's just all, it's not even like, I guess I got to tell her, this is what, I think Secret Service. Isn't it the Secret Service that is involved with money printing? Hey, thanks, Bill. Like, if you print money, I don't, like, you would think it's the FBI that comes after you. I don't think it is, though. I want to say it's a Secret Service. Does anybody know? Off the top of their head? Like the crime of money printing. Yeah, it is a Secret Service. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Like one of those kind of random fun facts. No, it's not the IRS. Yeah, counterfeiting. That's what I was looking for. So if there's a knock at my door, I'll just assume Secret Service, and Kit will be hauled off to jail. Counterfeiting. All right, Icicle, have a good one. All right, I'm short here. See if we can get this to come down a little bit more. There we go, a little scalpy scalp on that one. 50% rule didn't know. Oh yeah, 50% rule is, yeah, that has nothing to do with the, yeah, during the test phase, you can only make 50% of your target because they don't want people to YOLO and go all in and then all of a sudden just pass because that doesn't really prove anything. But yeah, in your pro account, Joe J, there is no 50% rule. Man, you got to think that if there's the 5 minutes looking kind of juicy, every single time it bounces, these bounces keep getting smacked back down. To be fair, the buyers keep showing up down here, but man, are they about to let loose? Interesting dynamic here. Got to think a lot of people. Good morning. All right, you must be on the West Coast, Gilbert, but yeah, good morning. Hey, Fractal, good to see you. All right, there we are. I just can't quite trust it. Hindsight will be my judge. Maybe I'm about to look really dumb. No, I think Frank Abbott, whatever the name is, I think it was Secret Service and Catch Me If You Can too. I think. Maybe I'm wrong though. But then again, that was Hollywood. Yeah, but at least they force you to do 2 YOLOs. No software. Yeah. Thank you, Ja. The like target Fractal. Yeah, I've been really slacking off on the likes. I sometimes wonder if it does more harm than good. Like I don't know if it gets obnoxious. So I have not been asking as often as I once did. So I've kind of abandoned the targets. When they popped you, it was the U.S. Marshals. That a boy, Chris Kelly. Oh, was the FBI? Okay, well that was still Hollywood though, so I don't know. I don't know. All right, is this maybe a fake breakdown? I'm sort of wondering. This is like just gonna be one of these little fake moves here. Clay AI fact: the Secret Service was created in 1865 specifically to combat the widespread counterfeiting. Ah, interesting. Okay. So I wonder at what point did the Secret Service all of a sudden apply to like the president and stuff like that too? But there we go. We're all learning and trying. I'm learning, trying not to get roasted. We got, ooh, all right, bull pennant failed to the downside. A lot of bull pennants forming today, but the common theme has been this. I don't think we've had a single bull pennant work out because, again, a lot of these bull pennants, or actually all of these bull pennants that I've talked about, has been forming in overall downtrends. So bull pennants and overall downtrends is a risky business. Does not mean that a bull pennant cannot get a bullish breakout to the upside, but not all bull pennants are created the same. That's kind of the moral of the story there. Not all bull pennants are created the same. All right, I can't do this anymore. I cannot do this anymore. My bladder is just banging. Not my bladder, All right, I'll be right back. What did I miss? Nothing. Oh, wow. I feel like a new man. I can see clearly now the P is gone. I can see all resistances in my way. All right, let's see what we can. I don't know. I'm glad I didn't. No, to be fair, I mean, I could have totally scalped that down. But I'm also now starting to wonder, are we entering into just some little chop fest? Like, is this the new range? That's what I'm curious about now moving forward. What am I? Please stop. Please keep singing. Your voice is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that. All right, just a minute. Is Jed up here? Can you take him downstairs, please? So yeah, maybe a short up around here if the thesis is true that this is starting to turn into kind of just a sideways. Some people call this chop. Me trying to be a range trader. One man's chop is another man's gold bar. Okay. All right, let me just get this out of the way so I can see better. Okay. Maybe not the 5 minute here. Pretty interesting action. You can see this 21 EMA has quite the track record now. Price gets anywhere close to it, rejected. A couple of fake breaks, rejected. A couple more fake breaks, rolled back over. So yeah, that's something I'm also watching. Do we get not necessarily a flat out rejection, but more so kind of the price pokes its head up and then comes back down. So I'm definitely watching all that on the 5 minute for a potential short. But like I said, I am going to look for it to actually get up through that level and then maybe try to come back down. The volume was crazy on that stab down. I think JP Morgan hit the sell button. I don't know. Lots of people hit the sell button, apparently. And then a lot of people started to hit the buy button. But in all actuality, I mean, when you look at the... No, I take that back. Sorry. I thought that volume bar was matching up with that. And I was like, wait a second. That doesn't make it. How did the... But no, I was wrong. Hey, idang. Okay, I'm short. This is some sort of range right here. If it wants to come back down. Blue line is my entry. I am short. OG is long. Uh-oh, I just went against OG. This might not go well. Short, all right. Added another one there. Trying to trust this candle here. If my trust is not well founded, it will be a painful trade. But trying to just trust the overall trend and that candle here that formed. Gonna add in two more right there. If it wants to come back down. Come on, roll over some more. Do not bounce right off the blue line, which is my average price now. Well, that's frustrating. Again, blue line is... Oh, there we go. How about them apples, OG? Cheer against me, boy. That's what happens. Let this last one work for me as OG gets wrecked over. That's what happens. You never cheer against the live streamer. Good game. That's true. Could have both won. Yeah, if OG had just done like a scalpy scalp, or I guess, I don't know, OG, were you ever in the green? Huh? Hammer, hammer? Yeah, you want to come in? He's fine. Yeah. Come here, buddy. Oh, look at you with your hood. Yeah. Come here. Oh. All right. What do you think? Can you say hi? Say hi. He's waving. You can talk right. And now our first guest. He goes by the name Little Jet. Yeah, that a boy. What are you up to right now? Where's your vacuum?
Here.
Oh, yeah? Can you say hit the like button? Say, hit that like button.
subs.
All right, good job. Press the red button. Now, I don't know if I want to get short here. Although that looks pretty good right there, buddy. I have to consider it. Yeah. All right. Thanks for swinging by. Oh, there you go. Don't forget your book. See you later. Bye. All right, let's see here. Don't even send him to public school unless it's a trading academy. We homeschool, so he'll get plenty of me. That's true. That is a hungry child. That is right. Code Clay feeds hungry kids. That's one of them. I got 5 others. So I'm going to watch this. If this wants to come up here and then roll back over, I could potentially want to get short right there. I could put my stop right over there. Kind of looks like I'm writing in like Greek or something. I was homeschooled, Clay, and I turned out all right. Yeah, I've always been impressed by the people I found. I'm a product of public school, so the people that think I got issues, there you go. I'm a product of the public school system. Gotta get it. Are you? Gotta get it. You're gonna have to be a little more specific than 2 letters of are you. You guys homeschooled your kids? Nice, Ed. All right, what's gold doing right now? Oh, quite the pullback. Again, just if you take away nothing from this live stream other than this, are you Mormon? Nope. Are you? Remember, I've had losing trades. I don't remember now if it was 2 or 3, but I've had a couple losing trades, and just cut the loss, right? When you cut the loss, you keep yourself in the game. And when you're in the game, all it takes is a couple of trades like we've seen here. And, you not only do you wipe away the losses, but you put yourself well ahead. So, if I have one desire for you to walk away with this, I hope it has nothing to do with green or anything like that. I hope it has to do with the fact of, all right, yeah, that goofy looking guy, he wasn't wrong. He wasn't right all the time. When he was wrong, he admitted he was wrong. He cut the loss. He kept himself in the game, and then he just kept trading, and he kept, and then some more setups showed up, and those setups actually worked out, and then he got even more green than where he was. So the power of risk management. If you walk away with nothing else, I hope it's that. Homeschooling your kids can study faster and cover so much more material, but even... Yeah, that is what's nice about homeschooling is the... I've been in public school, and I get it. There's only so much public school can do when it's one teacher for 30 kids or whatever. Yeah, there's lots of sitting around, stuff like that. But the homeschooling, it's way more time efficient. Falling wedge on the 5 minute. I don't, maybe like an overall, yeah, maybe an overall falling wedge. But with all due respect, RG, you probably should not be trading anymore. If I remember right, you said you were on tilt. So you should probably just be done for the day. How aggressive are you during the eval? I find that I get stopped out a lot. I'm pretty aggressive. On evals, on the test accounts, I'm definitely more aggressive than on the pro accounts. But I do also, once I get the pro account paid for, and then I start to create a good ROI, wow, for this pro account, I've made way more than what it was purchased for. At that point, I do kind of find myself getting more and more aggressive because in my mind, I'm like, this account has already paid for itself. And not only has it paid for itself, it's gone above and beyond paying for itself. So if this next account or if this next trade roasts me, it is what it is. It's been a good run. I've definitely gotten my money's worth. So I've noticed that I do kind of drift in that direction too. The bigger and bigger the ROI becomes on a pro account, the more and more risky I tend to become. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm not saying that's right, but that's kind of what I've noticed. Because again, you get one of those higher risk trades that could roast the account, but you take a good setup and you're right. Well, boom, just like that, you just grew your ROI that much more. You can call you. I will try to remember that, but unfortunately, I have a lot of people here, and I cannot remember everybody's nickname. Like, that's why I just wish people would, if your screen name was just like what your nickname is, that makes my life easier. That way I don't have to remember, oh, there's that person's name, but their nickname is actually... I am Crispy. I am on I'm on team take the payouts. I don't build buffer. I just take payouts. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but with Take Profit Trader, as soon as I'm eligible for payouts, I take the payouts. Hey Clay, do you recommend using prop firms or my own? We are all in on Pam's plan here. We are all in on prop firms. Using your own funds makes 0 sense. Around here, we are all right here, Team Pam's plan, which from a day trading standpoint, if you want to day trade most efficiently, day trade futures for these reasons, and day trade futures through a prop firm for these reasons. The biggest reason right here, that added risk control via how you protect your own money, because very little of your money is actually at risk in the first place. So yes, I am definitely on team prop firm. It makes no sense to me to why anybody would want to risk their own capital. Why risk your own capital if you don't have to? So yeah, and if you want to use the prop firm that I use and recommend, that's the link there that you see at the top of the screen. Code CLAY gives you the current discount, which is 40% off and then 0 activation fee. And yeah, it goes to feed hungry kids. You are a good scalper. Well, sometimes. Some days. T is my favorite letter in Pam's plant. The tax reporting one? Yeah, tax reporting is definitely very easy. Very straightforward. They give you one form. You get a 1099 and that's it. So instead of giving your broker or your accountant all sorts of paperwork, it's like, here you go. Here's the 1099 and that's it. Gotcha. I'm thinking of a buffer around 5K and then starting to take. Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of theories on it. Do whatever you think is best. Thanks, sir. I'm going to sign up. Yeah, thank you, Kanya. Code CLAY. Code CLAY. How did I miss that trend line? What was I have no idea. I have no idea how I missed that. Was I talking about? I don't know. Maybe I was talking about Pam's plant when it happened. Yeah, all caps. Code CLAY, all caps. Yes, exactly. So I might have missed it, OG, but I think you said you were up $200 on that trade. So I think it was Kyle's point. We could have actually both made money. Had you chosen to do a scalp, you could have made $200, and then I would have made my money on the downside. But I guess you were looking at it for a little bit more. Can you write off eval cost if you were prop firm? Lexit Music, as I always tell, that is a question for your local tax professional. I am definitely not getting into tax advice here. That is one of the last things I want to be getting involved with. Correct, I got greedy. Yeah, yep, that happens. By the way, Clay Trader I used last night. I'm assuming you mean Code CLAY, so thank you. Appreciate that. Futures do get preferred capital gain rating for anyone that... Can you take the max amount out on your first payment with TBT, or is it stake? No, you can take as much out as you want. Yeah, no, like that. That's why in my mind, Take Profit Trader is the king of the mountain. It's just a very, very clean set of rules. Once you're in the pro account and once you get to the payment territory, yeah, if you're eligible for $1,000, you can take out $1,000. I know why you asked that, because at other prop firms, they don't let you do that. How are you still not using TPT? Are you, Kamish, you've been here a long time. How could you not be at least within TPT yet? Come on, brother. Frost, love TPT, yeah. Yep. In my mind, Again, like I said, just from the prop firm space, take profit trader, king of the mountain. No matter what category you're in, beginner or experience, take profit trader needs to be part of your empire building. But yeah, if you're experienced and you have not yet used take profit trader, get them into your empire building. You'll love them, especially once you get the pro account, daily payouts, all that good stuff. But yeah, if you're a beginner, definitely just start with take profit trader due to their very, very clean set of rules. And then yeah, code Clay is what will help support the live stream and feed hungry kids. So I appreciate it because we just met one of them a while ago, Jet, but I have 5 others. So 6 kids, and I assure you they are all hungry. So yes, using code Clay literally does feed hungry children. They happen to be mine. Has anyone in the chat gotten paid? You still waiting on that payout, Nathan? I can't request till market close today. Oh, gotcha. All right, what is gold up to here? All right, I'm going to go ahead and that has served its purpose. So yeah, gold right now does really seems like this is kind of the key journal area right up there at 80. Maybe not exactly, but that journal area. Oh, all right, Kamish. I thought you were had some experience with take profit. Yeah, give us your trade plans. Heidi, that's fine. Just give us where you're getting at, where your stop loss is, and where your target is. You are more than welcome to do that. Hey, Lee Wins, what are you doing this weekend? I don't know, man. It's only Wednesday. Friday will be, I guess, my wife is meeting with, hopefully the final meeting with our house designer. So we can get the final prints drawn up for our house. And then, yeah, Saturday we got actually a birthday party at a roller skate rink we're going to. And then another friend's having like a cookout. So we're going to have, I guess, a busy weekend now that I know about it. So yes, I do know what we're doing. Busy weekend. What about you, Lee? What are you doing this weekend? I have for sure found the perfect health food this time. Whole wheat crackers with just a squirt of organic mustard on the cracker. The perfect health food. That's a bold call there, Cotton. Roller skating rink. Yeah, at least there's one here in Iowa. There is. Thinking about a short, but shorting right there, that seems like a chase. But I don't know. Is this thing about ready to tip over back down to this abyss? Maybe. Rock concert, AC/DC cover band. That makes me think that maybe we're in a little bit different phases of life right now. I'm going to roller skating rinks and like little camp or cookouts. You're going to AC/DC cover band concerts. Hadi, if you just give an entry point, a stop, and a target, that's fine. That's not what you did last time. Last time you showed up, this is what's gonna happen, and then you went back on what you said. But as long as you don't gaslight and everything else, that's fine. No, you were very wrong. You were wrong by like 100 points. Again, just call your trade plans out ahead of time. That's all. That's all we're asking for. But no, your first claim was wrong. I mean, by a long shot. You said whatever amount of points, and then it moved like another 100 points beyond what you said. Dude, if you cannot admit you got it wrong, I'm banning you right now because you're not willing to be intellectually honest. You said X, and then it was X plus way more points. So your target was ultimately wrong. That's all I'm saying. And if your ego is too big to just admit a basic mathematical fact, then we don't got time for you. Gilbert, my mind is blown. Like, you were so not new here. Again, the biggest advantage that Take Profit Trader has over Apex. Apex has a very thick rule book. Very, very clean set of rules at Take Profit Trader. Clean set of rules, and then Apex has a thing where you can't get paid until like every 8 days. But then, even if you made 10,000, you can still only withdraw 2,000. None of that stuff at Take Profit Trader. Once you're in the pro account and once you start qualifying for payouts, you can take those payouts whenever you want and in whatever amount you want. That's the difference there. Does that make sense, Gilbert? You're welcome. I timed you out for a million reasons, and you're right on the borderline of getting timed out again. If you keep playing the victim card, you're gone. I've already given you enough wiggle room. Like, most people here are finding you very obnoxious. But I'm trying to be extra gracious, so either just give a trade plan or just stop. Again, the way you're behaving as if you're with all your peers. And thank you for your honesty last week. You said you're 18. The way you're behaving is like with your bunch of other 18-year-olds that like don't quite have all their critical thinking yet. But like, we're a bunch of old people. Like, we see what you're doing. So just stop playing the victim card and just just give us your trade plan. If you're not willing to do that, if you're going to keep treating us like we're a bunch of non-critical thinkers, then I'm going to have to just ban you. It's not hard. I don't want this place to be the cesspool that Twitter is. So it's not that hard. If you see a trade plan, give us where give us your entry, give us your target, and give us your stop loss. Give us those 3 numbers ahead of time. That's it. And even if you're wrong, that's okay. Nobody can be right all the time. No problem. We will all respect you for being courageous to put your trade plan out there ahead of time. I tried to buy an eval with TPT. I can't pick Trade of 8 by itself. I have to pick all 3 platforms. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. Just select that option. That's totally normal. I know exactly what phase you're talking about. Don't worry about that part. I can see how that might be a little confusing, but yeah, just click that overall box. Joy, I reset my test account, but finding it very difficult to reach 3.5. Oh, people, Troy, bless your heart. I really wish people would just read the actual rules. You don't have to pass in 5 days. 5 days is the minimum. That's the minimum. You have to be in the test phase no matter what, 5 days. You can take as long as you want. And I don't mean to be frustrated, but Troy, like I say that so many times every live stream. You can take as long as you want to pass. The minimum is 5 days that you have to be in the test phase. But yeah, you can take 5 months if you want. I advise getting it done within a month so that you don't have to make that payment again. But bless your heart, Troy, though. You're a good guy. Just the slow drift. So I don't know. Anybody thinking double bottom here? You know that there's going to be a segment. I might be part of the segment of traders out there that are thinking maybe a double bottom. Am I going to blindly buy there? I don't know. We'll see. Give me a 1 if you're thinking double bottom. Hit that number 1 if you're thinking double bottom. Grant, optional, Steel in Tennessee, Primal, Patriots, Charles. All right, we got some KM. Okay. So unpredictable today. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Yeah, I'd have to respectfully disagree. There's been some nice, like right here. That was a beautiful one. I took that trade right there. Yeah, it took a little bit of patience. Yeah, it took a little bit of trust, but I mean, that one worked out fine. Hey Clay, do you recommend Bookmap? I don't use Bookmap. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. I just have never used it. But yeah, I don't recommend it, but it's not, I don't say that because it doesn't work or anything like that. I don't know. So I can't recommend it, but I also cannot not recommend it because I've never used it. That'll be my 11 EMA on the 30 minutes of watching. Roger that. I noticed another big difference, but I'm not sure if it's correct. Does the treasure increase when you winning trades? Because in Apex it doesn't. For example, I don't even know what you're asking, but like all I know is like in the pro account on Take Profit Trader, as soon as you get to that phase and you're eligible for $4,000, you can take $4,000. Like it's not like Apex where like, yeah, we know you made all this amount, but right now in this phase you can only request 2,000 as a max payout. Even though you made 5, right now you can only request 2,000. It's not like that. Like you can request whatever you make. And again, with daily payouts, you can request that money every single day. I'm telling everybody right now, if again, I don't have anything against Apex, but there's a reason why Apex is not in the category of Take Profit Trader. The people that go from Apex and then give Take Profit a try, get to the payout phase, they definitely like Take Profit Trader better than Apex because Take Profit Trader's payment policy is so much cleaner than Apex's. Again, Apex will pay you. You'll get your money eventually, but it's just a lot more of a kind of a hassle in a sense. Just anybody that is with Apex and has not tried Take Profit Trader, you get to that you get to that pro account and the payout phase. I've yet to meet anybody that's like, I like Apex's payout policy better. I've never met a single trader, not a single one. All right. Still waiting to see if it wants to come down on that white line, which is the low. See if we can get maybe some sort of double bottom off it. We'll have to see. So much for a double bottom. I never got in. Well, the double bottom hasn't happened yet. It's still potential. Right here's the low. So we still may have a double bottom. Yeah, we don't speak of them in here, Joey. Not a fan. Not a fan. I was thinking about the other one. Oh, that low right there? That has a double bottom? Is that what you meant? Top slot. Especially right now with it's just there are just things that happen that just not sure I'm on board. I have no idea what you're asking. Did you violate the 50% rule? Are you in a... Okay. Martinez, are you in a test account right now? Let's just start here. Maybe I can help figure it out. Are you in... It sounds like you're in a test account right now with Take Profit Trader. Are you with Take Profit Trader? Okay. Please, you got... Okay. So you're in a test account right now with Take Profit Trader. Okay, here we go. Potential double bottom. Right here. Come on down. Correct. Okay. What account are you in right now? 50K, 100K, which account? What's the call, long or short? I don't know, Troy. I'm waiting for you to tell me. Okay, so for the 100K account, let me check something real quick. Okay, for the 100K account, do you have any days where you've made more than $3,000 in the 100K account? Have you had any days where you've made more than 3,000? Okay, then I do not know what you're asking. I don't understand what you're asking. Maybe if somebody else wants to go back up and read what Martinez is saying, maybe somebody else here has a better understanding of what he's asking. I'm just not sure what he's asking. It is hard to try to live stream, analyze markets, read comments, think through questions. I'm just not that smart. I apologize. Well, I mean, it got close to, some might say, oh, that was close enough. That was a little bit of a nice little scalp double bottom, you know, a nice bounce of basically 25 points. But like I said, for me, I'm wanting the price to actually hit that white line. That's what I'm looking for. So we'll see if it can get down there. Again, I'm not going to just blindly buy, but if it wants to poke down through there and then start to come back up at that point, I'll probably take a swing at it, try to grab some long. So let's see if we can get a double bottom. So I guess Hadi did not want to give any more trade plans. If he can't sit here and cry about being the victim, then he's not interested in speaking up anymore. Oh, good job, Elusive Lens. Very nice job. No, I cannot do that right now, Martinez. I cannot. I'm sorry. I'm trying to trade right now. Come on down. I like this, though. I like it. This candle drops straight down here. Clay, today I hope every trade goes our way and we make a lot of money. Yeah, I have that feeling every day. How's your day going, Brian? I've had a couple losers, but overall, cut them loose, and then had some good movement that was able to. Do you want fries with that? It's sad how people look for the magic moneymaker. I'm new. Do you just trade MNQ? No, I trade gold. I trade NQ. But right now, I'm just looking at MNQ, especially on a wild day like this. The thought of trading NQ on a day like this is, I don't know. You have You have bigger buns of steel than I do. Here comes the bad news. I'm up $13. What a great day. Well, if that $13 was generated with good habits, then it is actually a really good day. If you're up $1,300 green and that was all done with bad habits, that's actually a really poor day, because eventually those bad habits, they'll get you. So William, is that $13? Is that with good habits? I want to short the top, but I don't want to risk getting gains now. I'm 650 from. I want to short the top. Well, I mean, you might be waiting a while to short the top, because I mean the top is kind of far away, I'm thinking. Bad news as in no double bottom. We'll see. We'll see. You might be right, George. I mean, of this little range run. Oh, gotcha. No, I was frustrated. Okay, well. So a day filled with some not so good behavior. Well, at least you're being honest with yourself, William. After so much, I know for sure there is not a perfect market. You make the difference. Whatever works for you, someone may not be. Yeah, exactly. That's right, Cuba. Got to figure out what works for you. Yep. No holy grails out there. No magic tools, no magic indicators, no magic algorithms, no magic trading bots. You just got to figure out what best works for you. I think this thing is going to break up, but not enough to jump in yet. All right. Yeah, I think there's a chance it might head back up, but like I said, I'm not willing to really kind of put any skin in the game until the price can at least come down to that white line, and then we can see how it behaves from there. Hop over at gold. Ooh, okay, gold. I don't know if I'm quite convinced of that trend line, but at the same time, that trend line looks kind of juicy. That looks pretty juicy. It looks kind of juicy. So I'm definitely going to keep the other area from the bounce is, you can see right here, this green line 21 EMA has now gone into acting as resistance. Doesn't mean it'll for sure act as resistance again, but it's an area that at least has my eye. I lie, I can trade. Well, let's not lie. I can't trade. What's the advantage of using the 2-minute? There is no advantage. It's just personal. Everything is personal preference. Everything. Well, the general frameworks are not personal preferences. Like, you need to manage risk. That is a universal truth. But between the guardrails, I don't know if there's. Let me put it this way, Troy. The advantage for me might be actually a disadvantage for you. Yeah, Landon, good job. I did some gold trading last night. Gold was bonkers last night. Absolutely bonkers. In long 906. Stop. Wow. All right, iDang is straight up sway trader. Holy smokes. A 56-point stop. All right, brother. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, Cuba, that's true. If you don't protect your gains, aka if you don't manage risk, then yeah, it's amazing how fast gains can disappear. It really is. Like, depressingly sad. How you could be on a win streak and then just one trade. Okay, if this pops back up and then starts to come back down, I'm going to try a short. Try to anticipate maybe a break of this trend line here and then have it come down here and revisit those lows. But step one is it's got to come back up here. I'm trying to grab a quick 15 or 20 at pop since I'm getting close to passing this eval. Yep, one trade at a time. Well, I mean that's why trading is hard, Cuba. And that's why I understand the attitude behind the whole, hey, green is green. Hey, you can't go broke taking a profit. All that sort of stuff. Hey, any profit is a good profit. You know, all those, I understand the general essence, but like in practicality, terrible advice. Because you could have green, 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 and you could be sitting at a 95% win rate. But it's at one time where all of a sudden it's all gone because you never let a trade work for you. You're always scalping, or you're always pulling yourself out of the trade way too soon, and then it's just that one. Yeah, yep. Which again, Joe J, that's just a general attitude. Does it have to be 5? Of course not. But just a general attitude, hey, you know what? You don't need what social media suggests as thousands upon thousands of dollars a day. I started red, but I make it back to 700. Good job. Well, congrats if anybody took that short. Like I said, in hindsight now, my little requirement looks really stupid. Like I said, sometimes my requirements make me look really smart, but in this situation, hindsight has me looking dumb. I wanted to see it come up and then come back down, and I was interested in the short, but it never did come back up. It just, down it went. Well, if anybody did take that short, congrats. Yep, you can go broke taking a profit if your gains are small and your stops are huge. Exactly. All right, we're approaching that potential double bottom spot. White line there. I hate it when I take it. Yeah, exactly. If you're constantly pulling yourself out of trades way too soon in the spirit of, well, green is green. Well, you can't go broke taking a profit. Yes, I concede you'll end up with like a potentially 90% win rate. But then all it takes is one bad mistake or just your strategy gives yourself way bigger losses. And then I don't want to say you give back all your gains, but you can give back a discouraging amount of your gains. That's me right there. Yeah. Well, and I like I said, I get it. I mean, so many people, and nobody's being malicious about it. Everybody has the right. I understand, like I said, the attitude of, hey, green is green. I get it. But like, no, in the practical world, that's actually kind of a bad saying. Over time, you will go broke taking profit. Green is actually red within the big picture. Have a high win rate? Sure. But are you going to be any sort of like long-term gains? Yeah, MNQ is great, especially on days like this. All right, here we go. We're at the potential double bottom spot. I'm going to give it a try. Just one. Very, very tight, small size. All right, well, never mind. Glad I waited for confirmation because now we're just no double bottom. At least not right here. Picking up pennies in front of a steamroller. Yep. All right, gonna look for a long here. Holy smoke, that is still such a huge stop. It's like 15 points. Wild action. Looking to get long at the green line. Okay, I'm long. Stop is right there. Does she want to bounce? Uh-oh. And I am about to be stopped out. And about as close to being stopped out without getting stopped out. And I am now out. All right. Well, I tried to catch a falling knife and I just got a little bit of a cut. Could just be a stop run and then bounce. Well, as of now, it wasn't. USD is okay. So I'm learning about George LaFletch. He is like he's our pessimist. Earlier, there's about to be bad news. Now the USD is about to collapse. Am I right, George? Are you just like a pessimist? You just walk around like that lawn looks good, nice and green, except for that one blade of grass over there that's brown. I'm not asking if you're right or wrong. I'm just asking, are you a very big pessimist in life? A little bit. Okay. Did anybody take that short? Actually, can people just lie to me? Just so I can feel good about not taking that? Give me a 2 if you took that short. Again, go ahead and lie. Please lie. Hit that 2 if you took that short. Oh, wow. Okay, good. Good. And Arthur's up 625. Good job, Arthur. Kamish took 50 contracts short. Even better. Again, Hadi, that's a broad statement. Can you give us a trade plan? So how do you plan to make money from their statement? If we don't bounce there, all hell breaks loose. Okay, fine. Now, how do you plan to make money? Can you give us an entry point, a stop loss, and a target? That will make helping us understand that statement way easier. Why is everything going down? Well, because there is more supply than demand right now. There are more sellers than buyers. Now, what I think you're actually asking is why is there more sellers than buyers? Why is there more supply than demand? Your guess is as good as everybody else's. I think China did say something, or not, Trump did say something about China earlier about like software or something. So I think that is playing a role in it. Hadi Prophet of, ooh, that'd be a good, yeah, that's a good name right there. I'm still waiting for the trade plan though from Hadi. How he's going to make money from it. That's all we want. That's what we want to know. You're welcome, D. It does seem like the selling pressure is alleviating here a little bit. So I might take another swing at it. Yeah, like if you're long here with a stop below these lows, I don't think you're crazy at all. It might not work out, but I can totally see where you're at. I'm not quite there with you yet, but I would not call you crazy. I can see the logic. I mean, I'm going long there at you gave us a range. Like, where are you going long? I appreciate a stop. That's good. You gave us your stop of 24,800. That's good, but like we need an actual number of where you're getting long, not a range. A range is too much wiggle room. Yeah, exactly. Trump. Yeah, Trump will just put JK, and then the market's heading up 800 points in one candle. Good job, OG. 400 bucks on your, man, you are doing very well today. You lost because you traded your plan, period. What more do you want? Walk on water. I'm not quite sure what exactly that's left in reference to, Larry. But, okay. So like right now, here's the reason why I don't like your range, Hadi. You gave us a range that the price, but like if it comes down, the range. Okay, well, you let us know when you get your entry. I guess put it that way. Let us know when you officially have your entry. Ahead of time or right at that. I am long 837. And where's your stop at, First Main? No, you never gave us an entry. You gave us a range. A range doesn't mean anything. All right. Yes, that's what I said earlier Friday. He tweeted tariffs on China and it. I am long in that range. Oh, well, we tried. Right, but if you got long in that range, your broker would be telling you what level you're actually long at. That's what I'm asking. Like, what is that number? Where did you get long? Or are you not even taking these trades? Maybe that's what it is. You're not actually taking these trades. You're just flapping your lips. I don't know. $8.30. How convenient. How convenient. You're now telling us where you got long and it happens to be back here. How convenient. Drawdown is just the amount you're allowed to lose. That's a easy way to look at it. All right, bit of a bounce here. Is it a dead cat? That is the question. You're welcome, Taking Profits. That is the question. Is this a dead cat? Again, Hadi, I don't know what to tell you, man. I just find it a little suspicious that when this action is going on here, it's already green. Then you tell us, oh, well, I got in at 831. Oh, how convenient. Almost like, well, let's see what happens. And then after that, I'll say where I got it. And I'll just say it like right there at 831. Now, had you said 831 when the price was still basically right there, or had you said 831 like when the price was here and it hadn't even got, like that's a way different story. But again, a little skeptical. All right, gonna go for a short here at that red line. If it wants to come back down. I don't care at this point. I know what you said. You gave us a range. A range is worthless. Again, looking to get short the red line if it wants to come back down. All right, never mind. Back to the drawing board. I feel like I'm going to get a pie in the face if I go long. Well, speaking of that pie in the face, Joey, you might be onto something. All right. Will this be, as Joey said, the pie in the face to the longs? I'm not willing to quite say that yet, but longs got to be feeling a little bit leery right now. Yeah, I don't know what point it's officially pie in the face. I'd probably say that crosshair right there if the price hits 35. I have a trend line at 2460s. I don't believe it, but it's possible. 24. Oh, you don't believe that it'll actually get down there? Is that what you mean? Of what you don't believe? Yeah, that's pie in the face officially. Good call, Joey. He said, I feel like I'm going to get a pie in the face if I go long. And like literally after he said that, that's when this pie in the face happened. What sources of info do you read for? I don't know. What do you mean sources of info? News channels or what? I don't, yeah, I use the chart for news. The chart is the best news source because the chart does something that nothing else is able to do. Because at the end of the day, what the news says, it doesn't matter. What matters is what the market thinks of the news. So I really don't care what the news is. I only care about what the market thinks about the news. And the only way to know that is what people are doing with their money. And the only way to know what people are doing with their money is to watch the price. And lo and behold, what does the chart tell us? What's going on with the price? So yeah, I literally do not, like, out of curiosity, sure, oh, what was the news? But like, do I actually care like when the news comes out and what the news is? No, the chart will tell me all that. Does that make sense? About how the chart is the most powerful news source because the chart tells you the golden goose answer, what the market thinks about the news. I don't know how many times I've been there over my career where I read a news and I'm like, or a news release, and I'm like, oh man, that's terrible. And then like you look at the stock and it's like booming upwards. Or like, oh man, that is great news for that company. And then you look at the chart for that company and it's like dropping. What? Trevor, I could swear, Trevor, I've seen you before and you've asked that same exact question before. So can you please confirm that you're still here, Trevor? Give me a 1 if you're still here so that you can listen to my answer about what platform this is. I might have you confused with somebody else. I apologize if I do, but okay, all right, then I apologize. I have you confused with somebody else. Sorry about that. The platform I'm using is two layers. Layer number 1, I am in a prop firm. So the prop firm I'm in is Take Profit Trader. So if you go to the link at the top of the screen, step 1, you got to pitch what purchasing power do you want? After you select the purchasing power that you want, then they'll ask you what platform you want to use. I'm using, and what you see here is Tradeovate. So 2 layers. Layer number 1, I am in a prop firm. Layer number 2, through that prop firm, which is Take Profit Trader, I'm using Tradeovate. If it hits that white line, yeah, that's close enough. All right, I'm buying the green line here. All right, never mind. It's just dropping down too far down. Nope, it's open to Canadians. So yeah, you are all set to go in that regard. It is available to Canadians. Tradeovate is too mechanical. Although, I like Tradeovate quite a bit. Just goes to show how we all have our pluses and minuses, our preferences. Sean Hazel, coming in hot. Okay. Everybody watch out. Sean is here, and he's coming in hot. Be careful, folks. He even put the little alarm bell. What's the difference between exit at market? Oh, this cancels everything. Like, if you're anything, that cancels all your orders out there, and it removes you from the position. But, like, if I'm not in a position, so let me just, like, sell. If I click that, watch. Now, if I was in a trade, not only would it take me out of the trade, it would also cancel all orders. Sell market just means that you want to sell at the market. Does Sean have a fever? If so, somebody better get Sean some more cowbell. I like Ninja Trader. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Ninja Trader but that's just me. Got you. Thanks. You're welcome. Up 400 today, 50% to go till pass. Nice job, Grant. One step at a time. Manage that risk. This is Joe. This is Tradeovate. CFA, I think you might be a little delayed. I answered that for Trevor quite a while ago. So first off, thank you for taking the time to answer that for him. But I think you might be a little delayed on the stream. Make sure you're caught up to live. I'm about to make some fried chicken tenders for lunch. And are you drinking some chocolate milk out of a twisty straw? And then are you gonna go get a balloon afterwards? That a boy. Hey, nothing wrong with some chicken tenders. I mean, we all have our childlike things. Like, if we go to the donut place, I want a donut with some sprinkles. I don't care. Make fun of me. I don't care. Clay, mind if I ask what techniques you're using? I see you. The technique I use, I'm using the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. I like some candlesticks, I like some moving averages, and I like some trend lines. And I like the VWAP. Yeah, I don't have any fancy, cool sounding terms. Yeah, I'm stupid, so I have to keep it simple for myself. So what I describe, I just do the KISS method. I go to the restaurant and order from the children's menu. Nothing wrong with that if that's what you like. Hey, I mean, do what you got to do. I mean, I would make fun of you, patient trader, but I would expect you to make fun of me when I'm sitting there at the donut shop being like, can I have a sprinkled donut, please? Sounds like that would work for me. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there are some very cool sounding strategies that have all these cool little names, and they use word like concepts and, I don't know, models and structure. And I mean, it sounds legit. Like, oh my goodness. But those people are way too smart for me. All right, maybe a short here, maybe a short. Let's see how it behaves up here. We're approaching this previous high and the 21 EMA. Let's see what it wants to do. Do you ever take entries or gaps on imbalances, or do you? Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like Joey right here. Gaps on imbalances? Like what? I have no idea what that is. Do you mean like a support or resistance? Maybe. But like Joey is Joey's one of those individuals that is way smarter than me. Like when you're walking around throwing around terms like imbalances, man, I have no idea what an imbalance is. I'm not that smart. Do I trade gaps? So do you ever trade gaps? Is that what you're asking me, Joey? Do you trade gaps? We want BYND. BYND is garbage. If you're day trading BYND, you are day trading so inefficiently. Again, Joy, my point is this. Just call it a gap. Like, why do you got to add all this other stuff? A gap is an imbalance. That's when you know you've been sold a good of bills. When, like, the thing is just called a gap. But for whatever reason, now you got to call it an imbalance. Yeah, so to answer your question, do I consider gaps in my trading? I do. But I do understand that, like, so do you consider imbalances within your, like, that does sound way smarter than you do gaps? Oh, brother. I love it when people are like, do you, and like people come with like the coolest sounding names for like support and resistance levels. I'm like, do you mean, are you asking me if I use support and resistance levels? Well, yeah. It's like, well, sure. Yeah, but like I like to call them this really fancy sounding thing. It's like, okay. Okay, Joey, let me be the first to tell you that stuff is all nonsense. Okay? I can tell you have been trained by literally a cult leader. All you've been trained is some dude has taken a bunch of basic stuff, made it way more complicated than it needs to be, added a bunch of cool sounding terms so that everybody can feel smart. That's literally all that is. We have the prime example here. An imbalance. You mean a gap? Well, yeah, a gap between candles and well, so a gap. Well, yeah, but you had it's like, dude. And then let's like break out all these gaps and all these different good nonsense. Pure and utter nonsense. Hadi, we have one of I want you to be honest with me right now. And based on how you answer this is going to base on if you get the ban hair or not. You are either a troll or you're a very insecure human that is desperately seeking the attention and approval of others. Which is it? Those are the two outcomes. You're either just trolling around or you are a very insecure individual seeking the approval of others. Which one is it? Well, of course, sometimes it works. Literally, you could do anything. That's why trading's hard. Yes, I'm not denying that what the cult teaches sometimes works, but really stupid things sometimes work. That is why trading's hard, because trading rewards bad habits. Trading will reward sometimes dumb things. So yes, I fully agree that, yeah, I'm sure sometimes it does work. I could literally close my eyes and press a button, and sometimes that would work. Okay, last time, Hadi. Last time. You either engage or you're just banned. You're either a troll or you are a very insecure person constantly seeking the approval of others. Which is it? If you're not going to answer, you're gone. Because anybody that says, Clay, you should consider me a great asset here. Okay, after that statement, those are the two outcomes. Clay, if something works 30% of the time, one should take the opposite position there. Yeah, that's true. All right, maybe a short here. Look at the 5 minute. So potential move to the downside here. I don't know. We'll see as it comes up. I want to see it come up a little bit more. I see A plus setup. If you don't want me to, okay, he's gone. Hadi, we tried, brother. We tried. But if you're going to show up and say, Clay, I should be considered an asset here. Okay, that would be an issue. Unless you know all about how it works, Clay. Here's how I know it's total garbage. Because the guy that teaches it is an absolute fraud. That's how you know it's pure garbage. Again, sure, I'm sure it sometimes works. But the cult leader is and it's not even hard to know that he's a fraud. Like, it's so easy to prove that he's a fraud. So yeah, I'm not interested. The guy is the epitome of a clown show. Yeah, maybe so, Larry. Well, I'm sure he'll crush it. He seems like a really personable person. Well, then you gotta stop overcomplicating it, Joey. Don't use those terms because you can't. Again, you can't. You just it makes you sound just. Not, I don't know. What guru are we talking about? The guy that claims really big trades, and then when he's offered literally hundreds of thousands of dollars to be donated to a charity of his choice, if he just simply shows the trades, still does not show the trade. Again, absolute, if you can't see through that, then I will sell you oceanfront property in Nebraska. All right, still looking for a potential short here. Let's see. All right, let's get this line in place. Can see a bull pennant. Yeah, there's a bull pennant there. It's just a question of if you believe in the bull pennant. Short gold stop 40.79. All right, George, I like it. Ahead of time. That's good stuff. Nothing but respect. See if it wants to maybe come down through. Look at the 5 minute. 5 minute is looking very, very nice. So I'm short. And let's see if this 5 minute wants to come down or not. Added another one. Again, trying to trust the 5 minute here. Okay, this will be a green trade. I want to see the flush now. There we go, and I'm going to start to move my stop down as it goes in my favor. Come on, brother. No, now. Again, will be a green trade, so it's not a question of, just a question of, do I get the move? Do I get the move? All right, I can always try again. See if it wants to. Lovely trade. Well, it would have been a way better trade had I actually had it let go. It just didn't let go. So I might give it another try. What I'd like to see at this point is another move up and then for it to fall back down. Because right now it's a little iffy. But if this candle wants to come up some more and then come back down, or the next candle, that'd be ideal. But yeah, that's this 21 EMA, that green line right there. That's the problem point right now. That's what's making life a little miserable. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that because I'm not quite sure that really matters anymore. If anything, maybe it just needs to be readjusted to like right there. Yeah, like I said, come up some more. Hit its head on this area. I want to see the price come up, hit its head on this level, and then come back down. I want to go long up to 21 for a scalpy scalp. Okay. Randall, I'm going to delete that out just because I've never heard of those, and I have no idea. They could be great, but to be fair, maybe they're terrible. And I don't want, like I said, I know you didn't mean anything malicious by it, but I'd hate for the live stream to funnel people to something that is garbage. But to be clear, I'm not saying they are garbage. I don't even know what I have no idea what you're talking about. They could be great, but they also could be garbage. I just don't know. So that's why, just as a general announcement, if you don't mind keeping other people out of, I don't want names in here. I don't want stuff like that, just because, again, I'm not saying because everybody else is terrible. I'm just saying I just don't know most people because I keep my head down, or most things. No. You don't even have to apologize. No need to apologize. I just want to give a explanation on why I deleted that out. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Sometimes it seems like when people are done for the day, around 4-ish, it starts to drop off. Well, get short. Put your theory to the test. And PA always bounces off the tiny little gaps between candles that people are using. Well, yeah. All I'll say is this, Joey. Anytime you use the word always, that's a strong word. Because always makes me seem like, oh, so you found the Holy Grail. Always in the world of trading, I think maybe there can be better words than the word always or never. Are you a member of the mentorship, or are you a member of my private community at all, Martinez? I mean, I try to say this with all due respect, but I do have a life out, as hard as it is to believe, I do have a life outside of this. So if I turn myself into hey, anybody and everybody, start dropping me emails and asking me questions, I just can't quite do that. Now, if you're a paying member, absolutely. But and I'm not trying to be a jerk, but just from a real life perspective, as hard as it is to believe, I have 6 kids. I have a life outside of this. So, like I said, unless you're a paying member, I can't open up the door to, hey, any and all issues, email me. So I don't drop take profit trader, or I don't know, it sounds like a Tradovate question. Drop Tradovate a message. Agreed, David. Agreed. How can I learn? I'm completely new. Well, I mean, this will get you started in the right direction. If you are a newer struggling trader, I'm offering this class tomorrow. So now, if you're a battle-hardened veteran that has a rock-solid strategy, I mean, you're welcome to attend. I'm not quite sure if you're going to get anything from it. But yeah, if you're a newer struggling trader, I'm quite confident that class can give you some things. How did I miss that? What was I doing that caused me to miss that? Sometimes I'm looking at the chart, but I'm not comprehending what I'm seeing because I'm talking and I'm thinking through what I'm answering. It's a weird phenomenon I've noticed over the months. It's where, I mean, I guess that's what daydreaming is, right? Daydreaming, you're looking at something, but you're not comprehending anything that you're looking at. So that's what just happened there. I've been looking at the chart, but I've been thinking about whatever I was just talking about. I don't even remember. I'm like, how did I miss that? I mapped that out, and I called out the 5-minute. Again, no hindsight trading here. You all me, ooh, this is a nice looking chart, but I don't even remember. Yeah. Who remembers a couple weeks ago? This was actually scary. I don't want to say I lost sleep over it, but like I took a trade on my pro account, but like I didn't realize I was on my pro account. And all of you were like, yeah, Clay, just a few minutes ago, you clicked and selected the pro account. I'm like, I did? They're like, yeah. And I didn't remember that at all. That part was a little freaky. I'll enter long at 8:47. Okay, you're in. Zeus, and your stop loss is at 8:39. All right, Zeus, you're in, and you're surviving right now by the skin of your teeth. Where's your target at? Uh-oh. I think Zeus is out. Yep, you're a good try, buddy. Good try. For me personally, very scared to go long anywhere until it gets down to these lows. Because right now you're kind of in a no man's land. It's broken through the trend line. We're in an overall downtrend. Kind of scary. Gold almost got you. Yeah, what's gold doing right now? Ooh, on the pullback here, huh? Yeah, I think MNQ has gold beat today. Yesterday, I think you could probably make the case that gold was a little bit more enjoyable to trade. But MNQ today, NQ has been marvelous. Still holding your short up 250. Good job, OG. And good job to you, Zeus, for being disciplined, honoring your stop loss. Had you not honored it, as you're seeing here, it'd be getting even worse. Hey, Joey Garza, does that make sense about using the word always? Like in your statement when you said the price action always bounces off the tiny little gaps? Like, I'm pretty sure that's not true. Because if it always does, then my friend, you're well on your way to becoming the richest person in this world. Because you just found the Holy Grail. The only always that I'm aware of when it comes to trading is you always are never at 100% certainty. That is the only always that I've noticed. Okay, well then there we go. So thank you for rephrasing. It does not always. Gotcha. Well, yeah, sure. Of course it bounces off gaps. Of course it does. It doesn't always bounce off the gap, so that's the point. But yeah. Trading gaps, I know that for some people, that is a big part of their strategy, and cool. And now it goes up. Yeah. That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. To short or not to short? A back test here. So this broke down. Do we get a back test and roll back over? $80 to 90% of the time, I'm right when I place. So, Joey, I mean, you must be very, very wealthy then. If you're sitting at an 80 to 90% win rate, then you are probably doing very well in life. Harley, morning Clay, made 740 on gold last night. Good job, Harley. Yeah, gold was wild. I also traded gold last night. Definitely a crazy one. Today, there was just too cool. Yeah. Well, hey, man, if you're at 80 to 90% win rate, I want to come visit the private island someday. And if you don't mind, could you fly me on your private jet? Wow. Okay, bounce. Man. All right, Zeus. Zeus, you might be on tilt alert right now. Juggalo. This is the last time I've you keep asking questions that you've got to figure that out. There's no right or wrong answer. You just got to experiment and see what you feel best with, Juggalo. You keep asking things in the vein. Like, I feel like you're a part of my mentorship. Like, I feel as though I failed you. I really do. Like, my friend, you've got to just figure out what those little finer details, experiment. See what best jives with your strategy, with your comfort level. Joy, again, I all I'm saying, Joy, is I wanted an invite to your private island on your private jet. If you are at 80 to 90% win rate, you are absolutely crushing it. So please remember me and my kids. We want to come down to your tropical island. Wasn't wrong, just early. Isn't that what Gandalf says? A wizard arrives precisely when he means to. John Bean might need to change his name to Gandalf. What a bouncer, though. Wow. But yes, again, Zeus, be careful. Be careful, Zeus. Yes, don't let those tears of you crying turn into frustration. I've done one ghost trade that would have worked out beautifully had I actually taken it. What's a ghost trade? I'm too old for a private island or a Bugatti. Well, whatever you have, Joey. All I know is that you must be, you are up there with the richest of the rich. No, okay. Well, good job, Zeus. I'm glad you're not taking it too hard, but that is a bummer. I feel your pain. I've been there. I think many of us have probably been there before. Clay, hopefully it's not like, yeah, I don't think it is. Joy seems like a normal guy. It's a real thing that I just made up. Marking the position I would have entered and seeing how it plays out. Oh, like a paper trade, you mean? Like the term paper trade comes from the fact of like you write it down on paper. You mark it out on paper how you would have done it. That's literally why it's called paper trading. Okay, Joy, you just start to call out some trades ahead of time. Let's see what you're made out of. I look forward to your 80 to 90% win rate. So again, Joy, what we're looking for here, if you want people to believe you, just give us an entry point, a stop loss, and a target. Give us those three numbers ahead of time, and then we'll see what happens. We're looking forward to seeing this 80 to 90% of your trade plans you give us work out. You can still give us ES. That's fine. I got ES right here. We can keep an eye on it. Just got to call stuff out ahead of time. Yeah, I don't really know what to think right now. Overall trend is still very much so down, but what's got me a little kind of confused and a little kind of uneasy is low here and then a higher low, which doesn't necessarily do a whole lot. But then when you see this bigger move here, okay, that definitely had some strength behind it. So I don't know. Is this the start of a bigger move to the upside? No, if you're set, no, Clay, I still think this is a overall, I think this is a dead cat bounce. I'm getting short here with the stop up over there. I don't think you're crazy, but for me, I don't know. That's kind of got me a little, it's pushed me into the SOH trade of things. SOH, sit on hands. I appreciate all the advice. Went from 4 feet in there. Good job, Troy. Fighting the dragon. Oh, God. Gotcha. The story. Okay, you're referring to, yes. Yeah, the knight in shining armor. Yeah, we haven't had one of those levels in a while. 930? 930 is what? Is that your knight in shining armor level? All right. All right, well, it looks like the knight in shining armor smacked back down that dragon. Hey, do we got 10 more likes out there? Would love to get this up over 200 likes. So if you are enjoying in any way, shape, or form, and you have not yet hit that like button and you're willing to do that, it would be appreciated. Would love to at least get this up over 200 likes. Oh, 198. All right, maybe there will be another little surge. Thank you, James. Appreciate it. There we go, 203. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. Hey, Manga. I remember you from... Okay. I was revenge trading yesterday. Well, did it turn out well or no? To be fair, sometimes revenge trading does turn out okay, but the problem is the habit it builds. Because also sometimes revenge trading turns into an absolute catastrophe. Mixed bag. All right, good. I'm glad it wasn't total chaos. Again, I am right now, I am mixed. I don't know what to think anymore. If you are still bearish biased, I get it. But I can also understand how people are now starting to say, no, Clay, I'm feeling a little bit more bullish at this point. I can see that too. So when I can see both sides kind of equally as well, that's when I need to go into SOH mode. Yeah, Landon, I'm telling you, prop for, like, that's why I just say Pam's plant. Like, it's such a no-brainer. Like, it's so just bizarre, and it seems like a scam, and it sounds too good to be true. But that's the crazy part. Is like, it's not. Where have you been, Versace? What in the world? No, that's not the VWAP up here. That's just a line. And again, Juggalo, this is, I didn't say to not ask questions. I just said you keep asking questions in the same vein. Like, hey, should I use MACD or RSI? Well, dude, I don't know. Just experiment with both. Hey, should I use Bollinger Bands or the, I don't know, the money flow in the MFI? Well, I don't know, man. Hey, should I use buy market or buy bid? Well, I mean, that's just what I mean. Those questions, and those are all those you gotta. Those are the fine-tuned details that you gotta figure out. But I'm not saying to like not talk anymore. I'm just saying the questions in that vein. Like the answer. Do some experimentation. Figure out what jives best with your yourself. I've been quietly trading, but Versace, so you're too good to talk to us anymore, huh? The prop firm rules kept me from going too nuts. Thank you for saying that. That is actually one of the benefits of prop firms. A lot of people complain about the rules. I'm like, no, the rules are actually there forcing you to think about risk. And as Manga Forever just said, helped prevent additional revenge trading. That's why I blew my pro account yesterday, because of revenge trading. Yeah, sorry to hear that. I'm long at 920. All right. Zeus is going to try it again. Where's the stop? 906. Ooh. Not a fan of that stop, but I guess you got to do what you got to do. And you're out, I think. I guess I don't know. Nope, I lied. That moved in. Very close. And now you're out, I believe. Yeah, now you're out. I could have never learned futures trading without. Yeah, exactly, Ed. It's just, yeah, it's just such a no-brainer. Zeus, I think you might. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if you're forcing trades or not. Hard to say. I'm not sure. Just be careful, brother. If the trend continues, this rally should fail. Agreed. If this is still a downtrend, then this will fail. But that's why, for me, I'm not quite sure anymore. A lot of sideways action here. And with the higher low, boom, boom, and then the big surge. Like I said, that's what's put me uneasy. Up until now, I think I've been pretty, what word am I looking for? Pretty apparent, not transparent, no. Pretty bold. I don't know if that's the right word. But I think I've made it well known. I don't know what the word is for making something well known. That I've been bearish biased. But now, yeah, I'm not quite sure. Because we got the little bull flag right there. And I'm not quite sure. But yes, I do agree that if it is still a downtrend, by definition, this will fail. Agreed there. I don't know what I am anymore. I don't know what I am anymore. Even you can see this on the 5 minute. Like so every time it's rolled over, like check it out. Bounces, rolls over, new low. 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 Bounces, rolls over, not a new low, now up we go. So again, I'm not full blown, okay, bulls are back. We're going straight back up. I'm not quite there yet, but that's definitely kind of, from the short side of things, it's got me a little skeptical. Oh, good. That's good then, Zeus. Okay, so very mild. I'm the one buying long every time it drops. And how many times have you been crushed doing that, Mitmon? Or have you been nailing the bottoms? Or are you on like your 5th account today? Because you've gone back to the reset button quite a bit. Right. I'm not sure what you said right to, given I say a lot of things. I can't trade. Have you been here before under another name? Be honest. I'm trying to think. What was that other name? Because this other person, like, that's the only emoji they ever did. But I don't know if I can't remember if I banned that person or not. Maybe I did, and you're back under a new name. Is that you? If so, what was your name that I banned? I'm not going to ban you this time because you have not been annoying at all. I'm just curious if that's you. But I don't think I banned that. I don't know. ES looks the same. Yeah, yup. High or low. ES is at least above the purple line. Is that MNQ too? Okay, MNQ slightly above the purple line, not as much. New? Okay, so you've never been here before. Gotcha. We had somebody else that just loved that emoji. Wasn't sure if that was you. Oh, he just joined yesterday? Again, I'm not going to... Dude, I'm not going to ban you. Like, if you are that other person, just be honest. I'm not going to ban you. Again, you seem to have turned over a new leaf and are not obnoxious like that. I think that one dude was. But yeah, I mean, if you just joined yesterday, come on, brother. I don't know if I banned that person, though. I don't remember if I ever reached the point of being annoying to the point of needing the ban. I think shorts are recovering and slowly, actively. So are you long then, Neil? Yeah, I can't remember it either, Travis. But yeah, we're thinking of the same dude. Either way, I can't trade is fine. Like, they have not been obnoxious at all. I just keep seeing that same emoji, and I'm like, I wonder if that's that dude. Don't trust nobody. That's right, Sam Lebo. Don't even trust your own mother in the markets. I don't know. I'm about to try a long here. This might be really stupid, but let's play ball. Let's see what happens. Looking like it might want to pop back up through there. I'll take that scalpy scalp. Wait. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? Well, that was a pleasant surprise. I was on the NQ. I looked down and I'm like, wait, why did this number not move? But then I noticed a new number showed up, and that new number right there, 110. Oh! Whew! All right, why didn't one of you? That's your job to tell. Man, it's been a long time since I did that. I mean, we're talking months. Last time I did that. I'm glad it worked out. Friendly Dutch guy. What's up from Hey, my wife is Dutch. Like, she's not from straight up Netherlands, but like her great grandparents were from the Netherlands. So yeah, I married a Dutch blonde. I'm telling you what, you find yourself a Dutch blonde, straight out in the wall. Again, my wife's not straight from the Netherlands, but like, and now our kids are like perfectly balanced. By the way, this is all a joke, okay? This person it's a joke. And I'm not even going that way, because there's always somebody that's like, you are I don't even know what that would be called. Like, don't worry about it. Never mind. Man, all right. So anyways, what happened was I was on NQ. I thought I was on MNQ. So 1 NQ is actually 10 MNQ. So that is how that small little scalp was actually 110. Oh, that could have been rough. I'm getting close, Landon, but I am in zero rush. I have zero rush to get back next week, probably, though. But I still don't quite trust myself. Good woman, come over. Yeah. If you come across a Dutch woman, for you fellas out there, you make sure to treat her nice. And you put a ring on it as soon as you can. I blew an account thinking I was on MNQ and was on, yeah. There's a video I have somewhere on my playlist of my live trades where I thought I was, how did it go? I thought I was on a test account, but I was on one of my pro accounts, and then I went super aggressive with NQs, and I roasted the pro. Oh, that was one of the most disheartening moments in my prop trading career. Add any pro. Yeah, I got several pro accounts. I don't know how many in the stash or in the racehorse model as far as that analogy. I don't know how many are in the stable, but yeah, I got several. Man, I can't believe I did that. The streak ends. I mean, I think that's like a multi-month streak. I don't remember the last time I've done that. Which is kind of shocking, given I have way more charts. Ever since I started to watch gold, now I have, MGC and GC. By the way, Stusher, where have you been? I haven't seen your name in a while. Like button hit. Thank you, Oliver, for hitting that like button. Appreciate it. All right, well, I'm glad I hopped out where I did. Another 930 smack. Oh, that's right. I forgot. That's right, Simpleton. You're at 930 level. You called that out. Hey, good call. Just been busy. Good, well, good to see you. yeah, real quick, as always, for those of you that are looking to support the stream, and then just kind of wondering the best way to go about prop firms, then really a couple different situations. First off, if you are a beginner to not necessarily trading, but just to the prop firm world, Take Profit Trader is where you're going to want to start. They are king of the mountain as far as I'm concerned. For beginners, the reason being very clean set of rules. And when you are new, you don't want to get overwhelmed by all these other different rules, consistency rules, scalping rules, scaling rules, blah, blah, blah. Once you become more experienced, yeah, those rules aren't maybe necessarily as overwhelming. But yeah, if you're a beginner, Take Profit Trader, definitely where you want to start for the reason, very, very clean set of rules. Now, if you are experienced and you're already out there and you've never used Take Profit Trader, then I would definitely say they need to be part of your empire building. I've yet to meet any trader out there that has experience with other prop firms and then tries Take Profit Trader, gets to the pro phase and the daily payouts, and then complains about being able to request as much money as they want as often as they want. I haven't met anybody that complains about that fact there. So yes, if you are experienced and you're using any of these other prop firms, but you don't quite have, or you don't yet have Take Profit Trader as part of your empire building, certainly get them into the mix. And then also on this side of things, as a beginner, you will eventually become an experienced prop firm trader. At that point, if you want to go beyond and build your empire out, yeah, here are some other prop firms that you can consider. And then many have asked over the months, hey Clay, I love the live stream. I want to help support the live stream. Do you have a code with this prop firm? If so, I would love to use it to help support the live stream. So yes, if you're one of those people where you just enjoy the live stream and you want to help support it by using code Clay and you're with any of those prop firms, that is a way that you could do that. And I really do appreciate it because I will be very business blunt. Code Clay is the live stream, is the lifeblood of the live stream. If you've noticed, there are no Google or YouTube ads. Now, I know some of you have ad blockers, but there are no YouTube ads. I have that turned off. So I'm making $0 from ad revenue because I want you to just be able to have a ad-free experience watching. But at the end of the day, I can't take 4 hours out of my day. I do enjoy doing this. The proof being I'm at this for 4 hours, but I also have a family, 6 kids. So I need to be responsible. I need to be able to monetize my time. I know that rubs some people the wrong way. I'm sorry, but yes, I think the responsible thing to do as a father and husband is to not just go do 4 hours of some sort of hobby where there's basically no monetary value from it. I think that's irresponsible. So yes, it does need to be quote unquote worth my time. And the way for that to happen is to use code Clay, which also gets you a deal. So you're saving money, you're getting the promotions anyway. So it's a good win-win for everybody. But I always like to just end the live stream every day, just being brutally honest. As much as I enjoy it, there does still need to be that monetary aspect to it. And code Clay, if you're, like I said, if you enjoy and you want to ensure that the live stream does continue, then code Clay is a way for you to save money and also help ensure and support the live stream. So that is all I have. I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. On your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button if you have not yet. Also subscribe and turn on notifications because usually I show up a little bit earlier and that'll let you know as soon as I do show up live. But yeah, I'll be here at the very latest 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. So thank you all for being here. I had a fun time. Like I said, get out there, use code Clay, feed some hungry kids. I'll see everybody back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.